Check it out. You guys are you know what I'm doing.
Oh.
He got shot 9 times.
Is that true? I thought it was 50 times. That's why he named himself 50 Cents. Guess what? We're recording.
I gotta turn off my sound. It's gonna be picked up on this.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I dig it. Oh, is this just the intro?
I don't know why. I think it's the karaoke version. I'm a
You
50.
can find me in the club, bottles full of butter.
I'm a 50 Cent man. I don't have change.
Throw this on your Weird Al Twitter.
What would be a good Weird Al version of this song?
In the pub. I don't know. Let's see. In the club sandwich.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
If I'm in the club sandwich.
You guys are ridiculous. I love it.
Get ready for an hour and a half of this.
Get ready for an hour and a half of me just like giggling.
Yeah.
This
I
is
love
what
it.
it's
We
like.
need this.
This is what the real life version is. Stoned.
It's true. Although,
Let's be honest.
let me go on record and say I don't smoke weed.
All right. This I like to have a good time. Yeah, we threw him under the bus.
So I have to say that through the headphones, this is how I met you guys.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting.
That's the experience of our special guest.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Full circle.
Yeah,
do
and
it.
did you hear Jessica on any of the recordings?
No, because you didn't do the first two.
Oh yeah, okay. It was just
I did. I told Irvin. I don't know if he told you. Your Bill Clinton impression, like, won.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
won. It won. You
I
you
forgot
were
about
Bill.
it.
You like
Yeah,
you
I
were
did that.
channeling. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was on the 07 one, but her and Danny were on the 07 one.
Mm-hmm.
And she was on the 98 one, too.
You know, Bill Clinton is one of the things you can do the impression in your head, but to actually execute it, I felt like a runway model who had the fancy $1,000 suit on and then fucking trips. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
you know we're all going to have to do a George Bush impression.
What?
For
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't do
Uh-oh.
impressions.
You fool me. You can't fool me once again. What did
exactly.
he say?
Fool me once.
He had so many George Bush-isms.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you're still sounds like
He had a
Bill
fucking-
Clinton. Like a really bad Bill Clinton.
Do your fucking Nixon.
I did not have sexual.
Hey, that's a good Bush.
Oh, damn it. That was my Sean Connery.
Yeah, we just do like obnoxious other people's impressions. I'm George Bush.
Whoa.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah. Who else?
How did you get that from one word?
He said, whoa.
Thank you.
He was Keanu, right? You were doing early 90s Keanu,
Listen,
right?
I'm becoming insecure about my impression, my impression career.
Oh, that was not my intention.
Because
I love-
I got an audition tomorrow.
Yeah, Jessica killed us on that fucking
Yeah, she
impression.
really did.
Yeah. A natural.
I was number one too.
Yeah, that's true. As voted on by Denim Sweats listeners.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that the poll crashed the internet.
It's true. I take credit for killing the internet. It wasn't the Russian trolls.
Did you get in trouble for that?
I mean, there's worse things that they're worrying about right now.
That's true. I guess they're busy, right?
Yeah. All right, y'all want to start?
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, fuck it, let's go. Let me know when we're going.
Dudes, we've been going the whole time.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh fuck!
Oh, that's great.
Oh really?
Yeah, you can even. You're gonna get the file, and this is gonna be on the file.
Oh okay, great. All right, ready?
No, actually, no, not right now. We didn't do our prayer before the podcast. Our pre-podcast prayer.
You're right. You know, the children of the atom.
What's that?
Adam like ATOM or A?
Up and atom. Yeah.
Oh.
I was making a fucking Beneath the Planet of the Apes reference from 1970. Good God, that's old.
2003.
I know. It's only 33 years old.
Yeah, I was only like 20 years old at that time.
You were fucking born in the 50s. You were a boomer baby.
Well, we we got this time machine. When you gotta
true.
fool around a
Going
little
back
bit.
and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We don't know how old we are.
You gotta fool around with time. It's like Swiss cheese. That's what physics is. It's like Swiss cheese, right?
I mean, that's what my professor told me, Professor Mozzarella.
Where are we? What?
Oh,
He's talking about his college days with Professor Mozzarella.
It's true. I went to Springfield Heights Institute of Technology.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
God, okay. I
Let's
can't-
keep going.
no.
Welcome to Eat My Shorts.
Wait, are we rolling?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh, all right. Welcome to the Denim and Sweats podcast. My name is Irvin Castellanos. This is episode 5.
Wow.
Here at DNS, we review pop culture 1 year at a time, the way we remember it. Obviously, we've been reviewing pop culture already for a little bit of time. Oh, someone is at the door. I think that's our special guest. Give us 1 second while we let them in. Now that I've introduced myself, I would like to say with me once again is my main guy, the host of You Guys Are My Friends, the Barney to my Homer, or should I say the Homer to my Barney? My main guy, the visual art messiah, and this is a Michael Buffer voice. Hold on. Nacho Nova, how you doing, man?
Hey, man. Pretty good. I'm here. I am ready to rumble. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
It's good to be back.
The crowd's going wild right now. The Denim and Sweats audience is just fucking going insane.
It's true. I think we have them behind a little glass wall right here, you know, kind of like one of those surgical operation
Yeah,
fields.
some people would say it's some sort of prison situation, but no, I mean, you know, it's just to enclose them and make sure that they're okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, like when you go to a zoo, you know, you're not allowed to actually feed the tigers.
Right.
So, you know, it's one of the things we appreciate the people are here, but we have a job to do. We're professionals.
It's true. I'm very excited because joining us this week is one of our good friends from Austin, Texas here, Paloma Mayorga. How are you, Paloma?
I'm doing great.
Hello. Welcome to Denim and Sweats, the pop culture podcast.
That's true.
Super happy to be here.
Paloma has been voted the best visual artist of 2017 as voted by the Austin Chronicle. I just wanted to put that out there. Very excited to have her on the show. A hater / fan of the Denim and Sweats podcast, depending on which way you look at it.
Hey, but still invested.
It's true.
Still listening.
You know, I voted that year. I'm just thinking about it. I was wondering to see what I voted. Because they give you an email confirmation of those things when you vote, right?
With the Chronicle?
Yeah. I want to go back and see.
I wasn't allowed to vote, you know, because of other situations going on in my life.
Bummer, man. I would appeal that if I were you.
You know, maybe I can get it expunged. We'll see.
It's true. Too bad you had to take a mugshot for that. You're in the
also put it in the Chronicle.
Yeah. Yeah,
In the
exactly.
back section of it.
Well, I'd also like to mention that my famous wife, Jessica, is with us
She
now.
just walked in.
She
This
had
is
stepped
so
out.
awesome.
She dealt with our special guest that arrived in our studio audience.
Thank you so much for that,
She's
Jess.
back now, and I'd like to say welcome. My wife?
Hello.
There we go.
Jessica de Santiago joining us. Also, follow her at your butt on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, she's there.
No, but I'm very excited to have our first outside guest to the Denim and Sweats podcast. It's very cool to have someone come and enjoy and have a little bit of nostalgia, reminisce about a year in our lives, the way we remember it, or the way that we think we remembered it. So, as always, the guest gets to choose the year that we review. But before we get to the year that we're going to talk about this week, what's up with everybody? What's on everybody's mind? What's in the news?
Oh, here in the present day, 2018.
Yeah.
2018. What's been happening? Well, in real life, something cool that we got to do in Austin, Texas, a couple weeks back was go to that Taste of Mexico thing, which was super fun here.
One of the first broadcast journalist assignments that Denim and Sweats has received. It was very cool to get a press pass and put the little tiny press thing in our fedora and go report the news.
It's true.
As we see fit.
You met the mayor. I'm not even joking.
It's true. I did get to meet the mayor. It's pretty cool. I was trying to tell him about all the corrupt cops in town, and such, but he brushed me off, obviously.
Well, I mean, there's delicious food there.
Yeah, he's like, hey, dude, stop talking about this shit and go eat these tamales over here.
Priorities, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I get it.
No, but on a serious note, that was really fun to go to a Taste of Mexico. The food was delicious. It was like, 50 different restaurants from Austin, food trucks, actual brick and mortars. Delicious adult beverages for those that indulge. I don't drink, but I know, a couple of my other Denim and Sweats homies definitely enjoyed that.
Well, I just tasted it and I spit it back out like at a wine tasting.
Right, that's how you're supposed
That's what you
to
did
do
with
it.
all the food?
Yeah.
All the food too, yeah.
He just kept throwing up in the fucking owners' faces and shit, just giving him the food.
I mean, some people may call it an eating disorder. I just call it good manners.
It's the way we were taught to act now that we've made it to high society.
It's true. Yeah, well, I mean, like Mr. Professor Mozzarella used to say, you want to be the big cheese.
It's true. Shout out to Professor Mozzarella at the Springfield Heights Institute of Technology. Jesus.
So that's literally the only thing that's happened to me so far in 2018.
Yeah. I was on a hiatus for 5 months, and then I enjoyed some delicious tamales.
Same here.
So I had like a delicious empanada there too. Also, one of those dishes like literally made me hate my life because I didn't realize that it had like a shitload of spice in it.
Oh.
And
What
yeah.
was it?
I don't remember, but it obviously had salsa, and it was too late, and I was hanging out with my friend, and like I'm not gonna fucking throw away a dish
What were you doing,
in her face. No, I literally just ate the taco, took my pain, and pretended like I was fine.
Yeah.
And I waited for her to like make her way, like to go get another sample, and then I just like literally just like found my nearest trash can. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hate the fact that I never really developed a taste for spicy food.
No shit, really?
Actually,
Yeah.
I can't handle it. Oh,
No,
sorry.
really?
I never ate spicy food until I was like 26 or 27. Like, no bullshit. Like that, I'm barely getting to the point where I can eat hot wings.
I can't even eat hot wings.
You just didn't have it when you were younger, or what?
Yeah.
No, I did. It's just my
It's
body
just
just
terrible.
rejected it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hot Cheetos used to make me cry, dude. Like, no bullshit.
Like break down emotionally.
Yeah. And then I wondered, is this like a family situation? It's not. Both of my, like growing up, both of my parents ate like really, really spicy things. My 2 siblings that are old enough eat spicy food. I guess it's just me, man. I guess, the diet of gummy bears and cheeseburgers just took me away from the spice.
I don't know if it was because we grew up in El Paso, Texas or something, but like spice was a real big deal, and it's kind of everywhere. Like, in all the local restaurants that aren't like McDonald's or Dairy Queen or whatever. Yeah.
Taco Palenque. No. What was it?
Taco Blanket.
Chicho. That's like
Way
fucking,
south.
that's Valley shit.
Yes,
Hold
it
on.
is Valley.
Yeah.
That's a real name of a restaurant?
Yeah. You were telling me about a specific
The
taco
chain.
place. What was it?
Chico's Tacos.
Chico's Tacos.
I will mention it every episode I'm on.
Sure.
If you give me
because
the
you're sponsored by them.
Oh yeah, I got to report back to HQ. The numbers. I'm going to need the download numbers.
Yeah. Oh, it's true.
So-
Shout out to. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm off my written warning from Denim and Sweats Enterprises. Thank God that the 1998 episode. Man, I was in hot water.
Yeah.
Somebody reported me.
Wait, for what?
I don't know, some unnamed person.
Whoever it was probably just somebody interested in the big picture, somebody kind of looking out for the entire company.
Someone trying to sidestep me in the corporate ladder
Yeah.
and advance
And
to
somebody
DNS director.
Somebody who may still have their eye on you.
Oh no! He just did like a target gunshot like at my face, like as he said that. Oh, there it goes.
My little notepad here.
Oh my
All
god,
right.
I'm on his shit list or hit list, as you may say.
Hey, what have you guys been up to in 2018? Before we do a little time traveling.
Yeah.
Wait, I got a really cool follower today on
Oh yeah.
Instagram. Yeah.
Who's that? Oh, you know about that follower?
I was at private Instagram account.
It was the fucking Weird Al account.
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
Irvin found out about my secret Twitter account.
Yeah, he has a fitter. You always add the F to anything, like you have a Finsta, but now you have a fitter. So like you have a fitter, right? You're the Weird Al guy.
I will say,
I'm fucking doxing you now. My bad.
yeah, you can see me getting a stroke from this.
The fucking vein going into your brain just like started moving.
Seriously, I think I just aged like 10 years. I'm having trouble breathing
You
now.
literally grew a gigantic white beard, like as I was talking to you.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. Well, I guess tomorrow's the day I'm gonna go and buy a burial plot for myself. But holy shit.
Well, you need to move on to it because prices are going up, dude.
Hey, this ain't so bad. Okay, last Simpsons reference.
Yeah. When he falls into the fucking plot.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
Lord.
I'm acting young again.
Shout out to the Eat My Shorts pod.
Yeah, I reckon. Hey, you know what? I'm not even biased. I just came across this. It's a good podcast.
It's a good podcast, and not just because we're the hosts of it, but I think people will enjoy it. Just take a look at it. So we were mentioning 2018 shit before we time travel. You're chilling. Paloma, anything in
Paloma has
2018?
not been chilling.
What have you been up to?
Well, remember that lovely event you were just talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was organizing it.
pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Taste of Mexico. It's a big deal in Austin. Comes up. I think everyone looks forward to it. It's kind of the official like precursor to Cinco de Mayo celebrations. Probably the only real official thing that you can do that's not going to actually, like without actually like just fucking killing the culture or whatever. Like it's actually a celebration of Mexican culture. And Paloma organized the entire event. It was very cool. She had denim and sweats there. It was very, very awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Me along with some great staff members as well.
Well,
Which, by the way, I mean it's a great.
She's
event,
being humble. She did all of it.
No, but it's also it's one of the fundraisers that we do for Mexic-Arte Museum.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the Mexic-Arte Museum.
Cool.
A staple of Austin for sure. Same location for what, like the last 30 years at least?
Yeah, just about.
5th in Congress or 6th in Congress? That's one of those.
5th in Congress.
There it is.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's a good skill set to be able to put that together,
Very
along
cool.
with other people.
Yeah. People that we won't be named. No, just kidding. Yeah, it was a great event. It was lovely to be there. The music was great. The mariachis were awesome.
Hell yes.
Dude, like I literally like a little tear was coming down my little Mexican face.
That was fun. Hey, you know what? Like in a 2018 where the news is wacky, like we were talking about, like in every single day it gets wackier and wackier. Like
Sure.
You know, like the people who say, "Man, hey, isn't this crazy? It could be like a computer simulation." Like, okay, when this kind of crazy stuff happens, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So it was fun to have a nice, cool, detachment kind of thing to go to.
It was very cool. And you know what? Shout out to the mayor for, I may or may not be joining as a special counsel.
I get it. May or may not. That was the tip of the hat.
You saw me wink at you from
Yeah.
across the board.
Yeah. He tightened his necktie.
And then go, ooh. So, Paloma's joining us here. And it's her decision what year we travel to. And let's turn it over to her. Where are we going?
I think that I want to take it back to 2003.
Damn. That's a very heavy year.
So we can go if you want to.
Yeah.
There with a nice jam.
Yeah. You know what? Since this podcast is a jam zone,
It's true.
let me go ahead and
Ooh.
rewind the tape.
We're rewinding it back, and we're going back to the future, all the way back to the year 2003.
There's a place off Ocean Avenue where I used to sit and talk with you. We were both 16 and it felt so right. Sleeping all day, staying up all night. Staying up all night. There's a place on the corner of Cherry Street. We would walk on the beach in our bare feet. We were both 18 and it felt so right. Sleeping all day, staying up all night. Staying up all night. If I could find you now, things would get better. We could leave this town and run forever. Let your waves crash down on me and take me away, yeah.
Oh, this is like
There's
the
velvet
year.
everywhere, y'all.
Oh my God! Do you
Oh
see
yeah.
It's like slowly creeping in from the windows.
Sentient velvet.
it? The time machine has a trucker hat on, like to the side of it, like at a 45-degree angle.
The time machine knows, yes. Yeah, trucker hats, that's right. This is the nexus of the trucker hat.
Were people like, was this the year when people were like aerosoling on trucker hats?
When you say
Like
aerosoling,
the-
do you mean like whippets or like
No. Like
getting fucked up on air?
No, what was it called? Like spray. It was some sort of like spray paint. Airbrushing.
Oh.
People were airbrushing on everything.
That was
and was it going? I'm pretty sure it was going on trucker hats too.
Yeah, it was probably.
Airbrushing was big. Like,
Not only was it on hats, it was on fucking t-shirts, right? Like you would get like your name like in a cursive
Mhm.
thing. Yeah,
Did you
before
put it on the front or the back?
before malls died out, you know.
Yeah, those little Mall Central island booth things were
Right.
popular around this time.
Yeah, it's true.
And you'd see like the people that were doing the spray art in the corners, you know, where they have like the bucket and they're like, I'm making a planet look with this bucket, you know what I mean? You ever seen that? Like when I was living in San Francisco, you'd see that kind of stuff. The spray art dudes on the corner.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Let's see, what were you guys doing?
Around.
Oh, in 2003?
Yeah, what was everyone up to in 2003? Now that we're here,
Holy
I was
shit!
a freshman in high school.
I was a freshman in high school too.
I was a little goth kid.
Whoa.
I shopped at did I shop at Hot Topic? I probably did.
Yeah, we all shopped at Hot Topic.
Yeah.
I definitely shopped at Hot
All
Topic.
4 of us. Wow.
Well, I stole from Hot Topic. Let me rephrase that.
Oh boy, I gotta make a phone call. All right.
Oh no, he's reporting me to DNS management again.
HR. I mean,
damn it.
they'll be happy to know
I
about this.
I do it to myself by putting this on air.
This is being recorded. I don't
It's
know.
true, and then put it out into the interwebs. No bullshit. Yeah, in 2003, I was a freshman in high school. It was my first year going to my local high school because, like, elementary and middle school, I had been going to what you would call a magnet school. So I would be bussed around like to different parts of Dallas or whatever. But now I was actually going to the school I was supposed to go to in East Dallas, and I didn't know fucking anybody there. So I'm literally starting from scratch. Think of it as like the classic movie plot line of, oh, it's a new kid in school. People around you have fucking friendships since they were like fucking first grade, right?
Yeah.
They know everybody, and I didn't know fucking anybody. So what do? You fucking brood.
Oh, okay. I thought the strategy was going to be like you beat up the toughest
Party
kid
down.
in school.
No.
Like when you get to prison, you show everybody who's boss. You know?
Bro, I'm pretty sure I was the same size then that I am now. So there's like no way that I was going to beat up anybody.
Just beat up the weakest person.
Beat up the weakest person, but make a very big and loud deal about it. So everyone hears about it. Damn, did you hear about that new kid? Yeah, he beat up that kid.
Well, that was the quote in my yearbook, underneath my picture.
Yeah.
Beat up the weakest person.
I thought it was the most I've ever thrown up.
And it changed my life
It changed
forever.
my life forever.
That's true. That is
Your senior photo was you stuffing an entire birthday cake into your mouth?
it's my ethos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do live my life by that ethos to this day.
So Paloma and Jessica mentioned that they were. Oh, and you mentioned that you guys were all shopping at Hot Topic. That was definitely 2003, Irvin. It's like literally, it was definitely such a difference than anything that I was before. Maybe 2 years after, because I was literally an adolescent. I was fucking 15, and I was trying to fit in, right? So I'm literally like head to toe in black, like wearing giant black, like not even Jinko jeans. It was like the Hot Topic giant pants
yeah.
with like the chains on them and shit. Like I had mesh undershirts, a fucking like black beanie. I didn't go so far as to put eyeliner on, but you get the gist of it, right?
Yeah.
Like I was a little loner kid or whatever, trying to just have friends.
Another kind of hair thing that was popular at this time, and I'm just remembering it now. I know we're thinking of stuff earlier, but people bleach their hair. This is a prime hair bleach year.
Was it just like the tips, or was it all of it?
Just a tip?
Well, I'm sort of a do-it-yourself kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All of it.
Even way back in the day. So I did the entire hair bleach thing, but I overdid it, so my hair was like, a super not natural color.
I mean,
All
like
your hair fell
everybody
out.
else, like all the celebrities at that time. You were like,
Yeah.
your style was on point. I mean,
Right, like
Jeez, what can you do?
fucking
I mean,
Brad Pitt had like super bleached blonde hair, right? Like everybody had that shit.
yeah, I know, but like I was at this. I think it's. I don't know if we've established in the timeline of the podcast. I eventually became one of those too cool for school kind of guys. You know what I mean?
Paint us a picture. What would you look like?
Oh shit! And this year, I say too cool for school, but I was in reality the same, just dumb asshole that I am now. I was wearing a lot of Hawaiian shirts. I don't know if this was a thing or if it was just because it was cheap for me to buy those from the discount bin.
I feel like that was in at the time, and now they're back, or at least were in like the youth culture.
They are
Yeah.
back. I have some new ones kind of coming up in my closet.
Yeah, I was at Jambalaya last weekend, and every fucking kid. By the way, everyone was super young then. It made me feel fucking old. Was either wearing a basketball jersey or a Hawaiian shirt.
Well, I mean, I think it's just like our friend in 2003, R. Kelly says, "Age ain't nothing but a number, Aaliyah."
Oh no, R. Kelly's canceled. But I guess in 2003 he wasn't, even though they were
He
already
should've
making
been.
jokes about him pissing on people.
Seriously, Dave Chappelle. I mean, we can get into when we get into a little TV
Right,
corner
sure.
here. But he did the I Want to Pee on You in this season of the Chappelle Show, where it's a spoof on R. Kelly.
Hey, but you're not getting away from this that easily. Paint us the picture of what you look like.
Okay,
You
so
had the Hawaiian shirt on.
I did bleach my hair for one time in my life,
And we're talking the whole hair. All of it is bleach blonde.
Yeah, but it was about as short as it is now, actually.
Sure.
But like I didn't like it, so I actually bought a set of hair cutters, the little shaver hair,
no.
and I shaved it all off. And like I did, it was so terrible. It
was like the G.I. Jane scene, like real
like
dramatic.
Well,
yeah,
exactly. Like somebody having a mental breakdown at 19 years old.
Right.
But also with like really pink scalp because it was just burned.
It's pale because you don't. Yeah.
You immediately took it off as you fucking what do you call it? Dyed it, so it's very, very, very sensitive.
Like a newborn baby mouse. No, it isn't that bad. But yeah, you don't sun your scalp. You know what I mean? It is pretty damn pale.
That's what they tell us, the scientists.
Oh, and okay, so cargo pants was also part of the equation here.
Giant cargo fucking pockets.
Yeah, and you know what? I had pockets, so I'd use them. I put stuff in them.
Wait, did the chains go anywhere? Because there was chains on all of these like really big pants.
Now he wore the chains.
I wore the chains.
It's like an optional thing.
So
you can.
That's a good question. And the chains were supposed to, I think, kind of be like suspenders. But mine's just like hung down on the floor.
Oh, I thought you meant the wallet chain.
I thought that it went to the wallet.
That was
But
popular.
I mean, you're also how old? So do you
right.
have a wallet? Or like anything to put it in?
It's an accessory,
I mean, I had a wallet, but no money. I had those pants definitely had the metal chains, but they also had cloth like chains, if that makes sense, like cloth loops or whatever, and those were supposed to be like.
That's where you could put your hammer.
Yeah, my hammer.
See, I thought they were always like those the t-shirt strings
right.
that you used to hang on the hanger. I thought that's what it was because the pants were so big that you just had to have.
They were so fucking big, and they were like $70 at Hot Topic.
No way.
So I was like,
Hot
"Fuck
Topic was
this!"
expensive. How did we buy any? Well,
I didn't buy them. I put them in my. Oh, hey, fucking shout out to your cargo pants. I put them in my giant cargo shorts.
Yeah, of course.
And the pants fit in the cargo pocket.
That's
and
how
I walked out.
That's how I sneak shit in the movie theaters.
Hey, is there like a fucking what is that shit called? Time like when you admit to a crime like later on, but you can't get in trouble.
Oh, statute of limitations.
Yeah, is there statute of limitations on me stealing giant goth pants from Hot Topic?
Well, you know what?
In 2003.
I'm going to discuss that with the chief of police tomorrow.
Oh no! Luckily, it's Chief Wiggum, so he's just worrying about pizza. All right, last Simpsons reference
for the bonus subscribers.
Yeah. All right. So, okay, that's what I was wearing. What were you guys wearing? Paloma, Jessica, what were y'all wearing?
I think I was being as casual as the celebrities were. A lot of jeans, a lot of jean things.
Pocketless jeans?
Denim, yeah.
Pocketless, no.
Low-rise jeans?
Low-rise jeans.
Yeah, I think I was doing the low rise and also
Just
all black.
Just showing that. What's that bone right here called? Like
butt bone.
Yeah, your pelvic bone is just your butt bone.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I couldn't see.
He didn't see where I was pointing.
Yeah.
I was pointing to. Never mind. Okay, a lot of low-rise jeans and a lot of pocketless jeans. The other thing I can remember from fucking fashion was trucker hats, or maybe the fucking polo shirts with like the collars popped.
That was the year I think that they started popping.
Oh, I think you're right.
Popping my collar, popping my collar.
Wait, was it a song in 2003?
Yeah, shout out to 3-6 Mafia. Maybe, I don't know.
You know what? And this is an accessory that I do remember I was wearing at this time. And listen, we're all kind of victims of the times that we grew up in.
It's true.
But I did have a couple of those little damn hemp necklace things. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Wait, did you make your own?
No.
From all the hemp that you...
You just got it at Hot Topic?
Nah, people would make them for me, like...
Oh, the cultivators?
Yeah, no. The hempsters.
The hempsters. Oh, my God. I'm going to lose my shit.
Yeah, this is prime hemp jewelry time.
I didn't have a hemp necklace, but I had a puka shell necklace.
Yeah, okay, yeah, same deal, right?
Yeah, that I bought at, like, Gadzooks or, like, I don't know, Anchor Blue or one of those fucking mall stores because everything revolved around the mall in the mid-2000s.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Shout out to Town East Mall in Dallas, Texas. Oh, excuse me, Mesquite, Texas.
Did you see Townies?
Town East. Yeah.
Town East, okay. What was your guys' mall? I went to Cielo Vista.
Cielo Vista. Mm-hmm.
I went to Lakeline Mall, which is in Round Rock.
Yeah.
Or, wait, no. Is it Austin? I was in, Round Rock, Austin
Word. So,
area.
did you grow up in Austin?
I grew up, I was born in Austin, grew up in Round Rock, not really the same thing, and also in Mexico City.
Damn.
Oh, cool.
Going back and forth.
That's pretty fucking dope.
You guys both went back and forth a lot, huh?
Yeah, I was going back and forth, but not to Mexico City. I was going just to northern Mexico and Nuevo León.
Yeah, but it's like border
I
travel,
was
you know?
passing
Yeah.
through Nuevo León.
Yeah,
Shh.
passing
Well, that's
through.
pretty cool. I just went to Juarez, you know. That's about all the border crossing that I did.
Juarez in the mid 2000s is pretty fucking dope, though.
Well, yeah, and the 90s.
Hey.
I could say I did it back when, you know.
Okay, so we've established what we were all doing, what we were up to, what the trends were, the things that we were worried about, I guess. Let's go through the year. Like, what are the events from 2003 that we all remember?
Some, like stuff that was going on.
Yeah.
Well, you know, in this year, like I said, I was living in El Paso, Texas, but this is the first time I actually moved out of my hometown. You know, I kind of, you know, I was end of the high school. I'd started college, but then I also stopped going to college because I was, you know, paying for it. Like it can get expensive, eh?
I was like, what?
Like, yeah, let me go ahead and put a break in this. You know,
What if
like,
I can just spend this money on food
Well,
and fun?
that's what I had been doing. You know,
Yeah.
I was telling you, I was living in a party house at this time with a bunch of my friends. You
Yeah,
know, like,
you were the secretary of partying down.
yeah, it's true. Like, it was so dumb, man. This was a party house because there was no adults. It was just 4 19-year-olds, you know?
Yeah.
So, we, you know.
Fresh out of high school.
Yeah, booze all the time, you know.
Right.
People would, you know, we all.
How'd you guys get the booze?
I really don't know. I'm trying to remember back. I know people
Just
would
go
get
to
it for
Juarez
us.
every day and get it?
Well, I'm remembering one, like a couple people who would get us booze, and one guy, he was a nice dude, you know, but a couple years after this, he ended up like him and some other people. It was so crazy. They got busted for like stealing cars and chopping them up, you know what I mean?
Yo.
And selling the parts.
No way.
So like a whole chop shop got busted, and he was one of the guys. Like, how do you get roped up in this? You know?
Your friend was Exhibit from Pimp My Ride. Like, it turned out.
Yeah, but instead of giving people cool things, he took all the cool things away.
Well, he had to, add ammunition for a show.
Like, you remember your tire? I took it.
It comes from somewhere. Like, to put a fish tank in someone's truck, like, you have to get it from somewhere, dude.
From another car.
Yeah.
Oh boy, so that's the guy we probably got our beer from. But yeah, I moved out of El Paso. I moved over here to Canyon Lake in Killeen, Texas, not too far from here.
No shit.
Yeah, just for a hot minute, man.
That's where the party house was, in Canyon Lake?
No, that was in El Paso.
Oh, got
in
it.
Canyon Lake, we were living in some house that was like not totally built, so it was real cold and.
You were fucking squatting
The
in
other-
like a construction
It
house?
was so weird.
It's like we weren't paying any rent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was with
Luckily-
my friend. They were building the house. My friend's grandparents, and so like there wasn't even walls. You would just see the beams, you know, kind of like how the houses next doors. And
Right. It's like literally all full circle. Now that you like have like a dope house in East Austin, and now you're seeing like other like half-built houses and probably people squatting in them and shit. And now you're just like, these damn kids.
Hey, it's been 15 years, and maybe.
They keep leaving flaming bags on your porch, and you keep putting them out with your boots.
I'm gonna be
Even
the
though-
old guy.
Yeah, even though Jess tells you not to step on them with your boots, Ted.
Well, these Italian loafers should make quick work of that fire.
It's shit again. He called the shit poop.
Oh man, I hope this podcast you're gonna have to put explicit on it now.
Oh, I mean, it's parental advisory.
Okay,
Every time.
If your kids are listening, please plug their ears.
Yeah, plug their ears with a higher volume.
Yeah, or a higher power, huh? Food for thought.
Well, this is a Jesus show. Like, we've established that.
Yeah, it's true. We're gonna have to insert the pre-podcast prayer later, but hey.
Yeah,
So wait, speaking of Jesus.
Sure.
I know him.
I know him
What kind
too.
of music were you guys listening to?
Oh.
In 2003? Shit. Well, we've established the fact that I was dressing like a fucking degenerate. So, there's two sides to this coin. So, for that, I started listening to like Korn or Cold Chamber, or like even actually like some emo shit like Dashboard or fucking A Simple Plan, shit like that. But what was I really interested in? I was interested in hip hop already, and obviously that really surfaced later in my life. Maybe honestly by the next year, where I really like started to come into my own and become myself and listen to just nasty shit like Lil Jon, Youngbloods, Chingy, Yin Yang Twins, 50 Cent because he was big at the time, G Unit, Ludacris, that kind of shit. But I feel like I was like not fighting, but like I was living like two fronts or whatever, if that makes sense. So I don't know about you guys.
People are multifaceted. This is something
You can call me Two-Face.
Two-Face? That's one way of looking at it. Yeah, what were you guys music wise? I mean, this is you were also a person in high school, right?
Yeah, that was my metal year. I was
Y'all
listening
were
to,
too
like,
cool.
Iron
Hell yeah.
Maiden and like what else? I like the old stuff like Dio and
Yo, I believe from a previous conversation I've had with Jessica, she said that she went to her first concert in 2003.
oh yeah, did I? Oh, I thought I said that already. Iron Maiden was my first concert, the first day of my freshman year.
Oh wow.
Super cool.
Wait, first day, it's like
My
you're
first-
ready to go to
yeah,
school,
ready to
and
go to
you're
school.
like, you got to dress for both school
She
and
misses
the concert.
she misses
Yes.
school and becomes a truant because she goes to see Iron fucking Maiden, dude.
Well, that's like a Freaks and Geeks episode. That's
And
like a
so-
perfect kickoff.
So here's the thing, like my parents, like I asked them, like, hey, can I go? Blah blah. I finally like got the permission to go. I was going with a friend. Like it was so cool. It felt so cool. And then so we're enjoying the concert, and then I see my brother walk down the stairs. So my parents had like gotten a ticket for him to watch me, and
But didn't tell you?
they didn't tell me. He
just
just
told
showed
you.
up because I guess I
Talk
was
about
like, I didn't-
Two-Face, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, why is he here?
And her
Probably
brother
my
is me.
Style. So
You have a trench coat.
yeah, no. He might as well have.
You had like the newspaper up.
This is the year of the
Actually, you brought a
Matrix.
menu?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my freshman year. My first concert.
Is
That's
Iron
about-
Maiden from like Europe or some shit? Or, like they're not from here, right? Like they're like real like metal, right?
Yeah, where are they from? Sorry.
I thought they were from the future because they're made of iron.
It's true.
Because it
You
was
know,
Matrix year?
they are going to save the world from Thanos.
Well, we can't be the only ones who have a time machine.
No. What were you listening to, Paloma?
Well,
Jess,
I was definitely not as cool as you guys. I was
UK.
they're from the U fucking K.
I was not listening to anyone from the UK at the time. I think I was listening to a lot of Hilary Duff.
I think I was watching her show.
She had a movie around this time.
Yeah, she did.
What was the movie
This is
called?
her prime time.
The Lizzie McGuire movie?
I think so.
Dude, Lizzie
Nice.
McGuire. I love that show. Even Steve, or was that? No, that was a different show.
I didn't watch them. I just know because I was working at the movie theater when the Lizzie McGuire movie came out.
Not pay attention to the movies, doing other extracurricular things up there.
It's true. But you know, whenever you start a movie, you get to look and see the people like that are in it. You know, if it's a packed house or nobody.
Yeah.
It wasn't a very popular movie.
So, I mean, you say that like you watched it several times.
We had to.
You gotta poke your head in. You gotta make sure. Hey, this
so to
is
speak.
You gotta fall in love with Gordo.
what?
Who's Gordo?
He was the dude.
The
They were
Oh.
like three friends, and he was the dude.
He's like the long-haired,
Beauty.
cute
Was he
guy.
Ooh.
like? Was he her love interest?
Was he the heartthrob
No.
of 03?
He was. He was like the nerd. But
No,
was
he
so
was
cute.
in the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Yep.
I think he was like, oh, you're
He
like
was
in love
going
with
through
someone
puberty
else.
and
But
everything.
Yeah, but in the
You
movies, the
realize.
nerd always turns into the heartthrob, doesn't he?
he was
I
always
feel?
a heartthrob, though.
Okay.
I mean, he was nerd, a nerd as well.
Yeah. And now nerds have taken over the culture. I mean, you look at Elon Musk, dating Grimes, like shit happens.
I learned who that was yesterday.
I learned who that was yesterday too.
No shit, really?
Yes.
That's funny.
Gr- Grimes
Just
or
talking about
Elon
this
Musk?
yesterday. No, Elon Musk.
I learned who Grimes was.
Oh, this
So-
seems sadder than.
Same-
I like
same
both
deal.
of them.
Elon Musk.
I already knew who both of them were, but I
Wait,
also
okay,
I
my
still thought it was
question-
comical.
I guess we were like time traveling.
No, please. We know we're still aware of current
What
things.
was Grimes doing? Like,
She was, I don't know, dude. I don't know how old she is.
I don't
She
know.
may have been a little
19.
I
kid.
think I think she's like. I don't
Elon
know,
Musk
late
is definitely
20s.
robbing the cradle.
Anyway, how did they meet?
She was going bleep, bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop,
Wait,
and
I
then
thought I
he's like,
saw
hey,
on
what's up?
Twitter. What happened?
Yeah, 10101.
If anyone else is on Twitter, there's really funny Elon Musk Grimes memes about like them being a couple and like how fucking just weird she is and how he's just like a rich science bro. It's worth your time if you want to look into
What do they
it.
talk about? You know what I mean?
I mean, she just talks
What?
about the
Having
devil,
Concerts in
Rick
space.
and
What do you
Morty?
mean?
right?
It's coming out.
How did they?
Yeah, he thought that her music was like a signal from a distant star.
Maybe he's going through a midlife crisis and she's just like,
I mean, he is 50.
Wait, are y'all like hating on Grimes right now?
No, we're hating on the fact that like middle-aged men always actually, you know what? I'll stop this quick. I assume everyone that's older than me is 50.
but he's
'Cause, I'm 20.
he's pretty damn successful, you know.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, he is sending people to Mars. I guess. What were we talking about before we got to Elon Musk and fucking Grimes?
Music. We were talking about the music that
We were
people were
talking about
listening to in
music.
2003.
And Hillary Duff.
She was
Somehow
just-
that was a great
So you were
segue.
listening to
Elon
Hillary
Musk.
Duff, and then we mentioned the Lizzie McGuire movie and the fact that you noticed that it wasn't very popular.
Yeah, well, that was the movie version of
The
it.
movie version, right? The TV show was extremely popular. It launched, Hillary Duff's career. So, okay, what else were you listening to besides Hillary Duff, Paloma?
I think I was listening to. Again, I'm not as cool as you guys. I was listening to like Ashley Simpson, and
That's pretty cool. Jessica Simpson
Christina?
was,
This popular. She had the
Christina
beautiful song
Aguilera?
this year, right?
Because you're beautiful.
I thought she had the Dirty song this year.
I both.
Maybe it was like she released an album.
Popular year.
Yeah. That's when she got like her fucking nose pierced and just became like awesome.
She was
Yeah.
ex-Tina.
I love X-Tina.
I don't think she was ex-Tina quite yet.
Oh,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure she was
Well,
just
I love
Christina
Dirty
Aguilera.
Christina. I love that version of Dirty
The
Christina.
time travel scrambles my brains.
It's true. We need to look into that, dude. I don't know if we can keep taking this machine this much.
Well, yeah, we got the in-house doctor. I'll just go get my brain. I'll get a CAT scan.
Dr. Mozzarella will take care of us.
Oh, he works in-house now. That's good to hear.
He makes house calls.
Yeah. Well, man, good news.
So a lot of Hillary Duff, a lot of Ashley Simpson. What was her sister's name? Jessica Simpson was ruling the airwaves at the time with her and Nick Lachey.
yeah.
Oh, that's
She
right.
made that quip about
Tuna.
is tuna fish or chicken?
Ugh.
It's the chicken of the
Oh
sea.
my
I
god.
like that's what we all remember is the tuna fish.
She's like the original Kardashian, huh?
Yeah, and she's also from Dallas, which
No
I
shit.
I don't want to bring that up actually.
Actually,
I'm editing that out of the podcast.
so wait, there was a lot of people on in pop that were from Texas at the time.
It's true. Ryan Cabrera, who's big at the time, was also from Dallas.
Oh, I thought that he was dating Ashley Simpson.
Right, exactly. And I think that's how they met each other or whatever.
And a lot
I
of
was
hip hop.
obsessed
A lot of
with
hip
Ryan
hops.
Cabrera.
What's he
I
doing
was
now?
upset. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you also like Justin Guarini at the time?
I don't know who that is.
He was like the American Idol guy with the big afro.
Oh, I love.
And him and Kelly Clarkson like had a movie
They
together.
had a movie.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, boy.
And
Nobody.
then he faded into obscurity, and Kelly Clarkson became like a household name, obviously.
Nobody went to that movie.
Because she's Miss Independent,
Shit. Is that true?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Beyonce was Miss Independent.
Yeah.
No, she's just
No, the song is independent.
Right, exactly.
Okay, well, she's on
But
Beyonce's turf.
Beyonce was also.
Yeah, they're having a
woman,
knife battle.
not Miss Independent.
All right. Well, hey, the listeners of Denim and Sweats can tweet at you which one they believe is the better song.
It's true. Tweet us at
Wait,
Denim
are
and
you
Sweats.
really going to compare Beyonce to anyone else and ask which one is better?
Yeah, okay. Who do you think is better, Beyonce or Khalees with Milkshake? Tweet us at Denim and Sweats.
Two heavy hitters in 2003. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Exactly. I wish Cardi B was around, but she was probably like 7 at the time or whatever.
Jeez, can you? That's probably true, right? She's probably like half my age.
Yeah.
Oh, gonna look it up now.
All right, so we've talked about the things we listen to. A lot of cool stuff. Anybody listen to White Stripes at the time? I feel like White Stripes were really coming into their own in 2003.
Yeah.
I think like Seven Nation Army was kind of the song of the year. Took over fucking stadiums where like all these like soccer hooligans and everyone's like doing the chant and shit, right?
They even had a video on MTV that was all the time.
Yeah. Oh, with the red, the
Yeah.
white, and the black,
Yeah.
just fading in and out. That was really cool.
That was popular around that time. Probably blasted it on TRL.
Hey, there it is.
Going strong.
What's that? What's MTV?
And-
What's cable?
I don't know what it currently is, but I know what it used to be.
Yeah.
It was in music television,
That's true.
and this was a show, and this was something that got under my skin when I was watching TRL at 19 years old back when. So you watch
Carson
it.
Daly.
You want to tune in, of course. God damn, you ever seen that guy's damn talk show? Come on.
So bad. There's no way that's still on. If,
I don't know.
If Conan's now been put to like 30 minutes on TBS, there's no way Carson Daly still has a show.
Hey, did you guys ever see this show from Harry Connick Jr.? It was
No.
It got canceled.
What was it called?
You gotta track it down. It's like Harry Connick Jr.'s super boring midday show.
Also, who's Harry Connick Jr.'s?
I don't know, some musician or something. Musician,
Um,
piano man.
Actor.
I wanted to ask Paloma something. Did you listen to? Since you mentioned that you kind of went back and forth from Mexico City, were you a fan of any like Mexico or Mexico City acts at the time, or maybe growing up? Because I know Café Tacuba was big in 03. Like I know they're obviously big all the
No.
time.
I think think what I was listening to in Mexico with my cousins was Linkin Park.
Yo, I feel like that's a shot at me.
You mean a shout out to
Oh.
your great playlist?
Hey,
That's all
it's
Linkin
true.
Park.
Oh, that's here. There's a new caveat to Denim and Sweats. For every episode, I create a Spotify playlist for that particular year. It may not be played on the actual podcast, but you can listen to it by searching for my Spotify name. And the 2003 playlist is fucking 120 songs long. So,
Oh,
and
Linkin Park.
95 of them are Linkin Park because that's who I was.
Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna have to start making some of these lists too.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
It's 95 Linkin Park songs and Like a Stone by Audioslave,
Of
my
course.
favorite
Oh,
song.
yeah. Wait, was this
Inescapable.
also like around the time when that Butterfly song came?
What's the Butterfly song?
Honey, baby, that one. Sugar, baby.
Which one's that one?
I'm a sugar baby.
I don't know
Sugar
anymore.
or something.
I'm making it my own thing now.
He was making his own song up.
Oh yeah, I know, Sugar Baby.
Oh yeah, you mean Sugar Baby?
Oh yeah, I'm that sugar baby.
Yeah. There it is. That's the drop. That's where the bass hits.
Yeah, when the spring springs.
Yeah. You put the spring in Springfield. I've heard. All right, that's the last one.
Oh, okay, that's for Patreon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Besides all the Linkin Park, yeah, Youngbloods, Lil Jon, Chingy, Holiday Inn, right
did,
there.
Like, Belinda start around this time?
Belinda did come around that time, but I don't know if anyone will know that reference. I
Well,
like
you asked
Belinda.
what I was listening to in Mexico.
I like Belinda as a fellow Mexican for sure, and I'll throw a Belinda shout out on the Twitter or whatever whenever we publish this episode. But
What was her hit? She looks familiar.
her hit is that she was a beautiful, beautiful girl, and
2003.
the Mexican music
yeah.
machine went right behind her.
Wow, this is the first. This is the first I'm hearing of Belinda, except for the one I
This
knew in
will
real
not be
life.
the last, though.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I like to learn new things.
it's true. No one likes to learn like you. Maybe besides Bobby Boucher from the 98 episode.
Well, I mean, you and me were lucky to have a mentor like Dr. Mozzarella.
It's true. What a great mentor he is. And it's so sad that he passed away, Like,
I thought he was
he's
working
gone.
at house.
I
Okay.
think he just died in your house, dude.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
the ambulance
Is
is
that
coming, I use a Denim and Sweats phone to get in
All right. Well, hey, send your thoughts. Send out your prayers.
the prayers, as, Jesus is holding his hand over your shoulder right now.
It's true. I mean, we're going to start passing around the collection plate now. Who knows when it's going to make its way to you, but please
Hey,
pass it back.
it immediately gets sucked into, like, your bank account.
Speaking of
Actually, you
again,
can just Venmo.
Yeah.
Wa-
Just
wow.
Venmo me at Irvin Castellanos if you want to send anything to your church.
okay, this is practical. He'll make sure it gets there.
Yeah, it will. All right, so we covered music. What other events in 03 do you guys remember that were a big deal either when you grew up at the time or looking back at it? The only thing I can really remember from 03 for me is like the Iraq War and the Columbia shuttle disaster.
yes.
Really, just tragedy, dude.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, the Iraq War. I think that happened on my birthday. Actually, when we started fucking dropping bombs.
Jesus Christ.
I remember it, and I had just gotten promoted at the movie theater. Or no, it was.
Oh no, they just made you head movie guy?
Or it was like my interview day or something, and I'm all fucking preoccupied trying to watch the news. There's
Right. You were doing your routine of what you do before interviews.
Of course, yes. But that's just to get my head in the game. That's an expression that I made up.
It's true. Trademark, Nacho Nova.
Well, I used to be a all-star quarterback. What can you do?
I mean, you're still wearing the Letterman right now. I love that you're always pointing at it and showing me like all the patches that you gained on it. Like all the fucking state titles and shit.
If there's anything that my daddy taught me, it's that you're supposed to hit yourself in the chest like a silverback gorilla to establish dominance. All right.
Hey, there's a new patch on that one with a microphone on it. What does that mean?
That means
Here's podcast UIL champion of Texas.
That's my secret HR cam. You were not supposed to check that out.
I did notice that you're wearing a giant oversized hat with a clear camera just zooming in on me like left and right.
Listen, yeah, that's what when I said that they have their eye on you, I winked. I did like this. Huh?
I know. I wonder why you made me sign that waiver telling me that everything that I admit tonight is going to be admissible in a court of law.
Yeah, that little sign I posted up on the window.
Yeah. I wonder why there's a bailiff just waiting at the door right now to take me away at the end of this episode.
Like the Billy Club in the hand was his idea. I think it's a little excessive.
Yeah, I was wondering why I was fucking recording this episode with like my hands behind my back in handcuffs.
We're a pretty corporate place here, all right? Like, there are just rules to follow because we have to give the audience the best possible product.
It's true. It's
or,
true.
As I like to call it, content.
Yeah, the country's going to shit, but man, the tremendous content.
Oh, yeah. So, like this.
Shout out to Darren Ravel.
Sure.
Okay, so
okay.
03.
Wait, something really cool that happened in 03.
Uh-huh.
The Human Genome Project was just completed, I think.
I was telling Nacho about this shit earlier. I was like, this was like a very big year in like not just cloning shit, but also in people trying to figure out what the fuck is in us. Like in DNA, like what are the proteins and all the different like splices and things that make us who we are. So if you want to expand on that a little bit, Paloma, that'd be dope.
Well, it was like, I think everybody had, I don't know where we were on like having internet at home, but I just remember having like
DSL.
Okay, so we had those like, and so I don't think this was part of internet at the time, but like everybody had the encyclopedias that showed you like your ancestry, right?
Not me.
No?
Well, like Ancestry.com?
Yes, but on a CD drive. It was
No,
like,
dude. At the time, I still had an
Oh, I
encyclopedia
remember
that my dad
Yeah.
bought from like a traveling salesman. There was just like a book collection that cost him like $100.
I think my friend Jose Loya had the thing that you're talking about.
Really?
Like, his mother would research it. Yeah.
Wow. Damn, you guys are ahead of your fucking time. Or I guess I'm just behind the
No, I
times.
mean, it was like, this was the thing because the Human Genome Project had just
That's cool as
got
fuck.
completed.
I wish I knew what I was.
You know, I want to take that 23andMe test in the year 2018. That'd be fun.
It just says unknown.
Yeah.
It's like you're not of this earth.
Yeah, like 69% octopus.
Yeah, 69% octopus.
Okay, I'll take
I'm
it.
420% meatball.
Meatball. Oh, boy, that's going to be a good family crest.
Yeah, it's just fucking. Oh God, just ground beef.
Yeah. Like the with the cow with the dotted lines on the parts.
I have a crest, but I don't know if it actually belongs to me. And maybe this is a good. I don't know. It's probably a shitty segue to what you're talking about with the Genome Project. Like the Castellanos family has a crest because I looked it up because I was curious about it. But I don't know if it really belongs to me, right? Because it's clearly like something of like European ancestry, and like we've been in Mexico for fucking forever. Like my family's been in Nuevo León or in Agualeguas or in Sabinas Hidalgo for literally like over 150 years. But like when you look it up online, you see that Castellanos has a crest, yeah, whatever, and like it's a stupid picture of a castle or whatever. I was like, that's not Castellanos for us. We're Mexican. Like this is clearly like a European thing.
Like from Spain or something?
Right. But like,
No,
I
but that
mean,
would still make a lot of sense. I
I mean, for the immigration aspect of it
Like
or whatever.
300 years in the past, you know?
immigration, colonization.
Colonization, definitely colonization, and fucking. I don't know. That's just the shit that would come up to me because of that crest. Like, I don't feel any affiliation to it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, man.
Did you not feel any affiliation when you were a kid as well? Like you were very aware of these things? Because I was definitely not.
No, I don't know. I think when I was a kid, I guess I didn't know the social aspects of it. I was more. I mean, I obviously thought I was Mexican. I didn't think I was American at all. Like I consider myself Mexican first, even though I was born in Dallas. I was raised in Mexico until it was time to go to kindergarten. So I consider myself Mexican first. I know that English was my second language, you know. But it didn't really become anything that you really think about until someone makes it an issue, if that makes sense. Because I never worried about what I was until I was like in 4th grade. I literally went from 3rd grade. I was going to like, you know, like everyone around me is Mexican and in the same economic situation as me. And now in 4th grade, everyone is, you know, it was cool because it was diverse, but I'm also going to school with like the richest kids in Dallas, you know, and that really brought home the point that I guess I have to look at myself differently because they're telling me that I need to, if that makes any sense.
Making you aware of it, you know, when you were able to not have to be aware of it before.
Right. Well, it was just something that you wouldn't even think about because, you know, why would you worry about that?
But yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess you always get the choice. I mean, people got the choice to be like, yeah, okay, this makes sense to me, or nah, forget it. I'm not going to buy into this. But yeah, some people definitely do buy into that stuff.
I don't know. Did anyone have a similar experience? I mean, I guess in El Paso, it's kind of it's cool because of the amalgamation of cultures there. Like it's very rich in Mexican American heritage, right? Like everyone's. I don't know. You guys can maybe tell me more about this, but maybe it's more close knit. And I don't know if you experienced that in Austin.
No, well, again, Round Rock. But
Right.
Yes, definitely experienced that in Round Rock. I think it always came down to like the way that I pronounce things.
Sure.
I think that people were very quick to say, you know, oh, that's, I don't know, oh, you say that very funny. And it was like this running joke. But looking back at it, I'm just like, oh, that was actually kind of mean.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Were you saying something? Well, we've talked about this recently. I don't know if it was a Danny or somebody. We were talking about this recently. But like, you know, my mother's first language was Spanish. But me and my brother, she never taught us. You know what I mean? Like, we grew up speaking English. We were just talking about this, right? And then later on, you know, like, because she was trying to teach us Spanish later on when I was a teenager, probably around, late 90s. And I'm frustrated. She's like, okay, we're going to have Spanish night. Like, we're just going to speak Spanish. And I'm like, wait. And I don't know any words, so she's just like going on. I'm like, hey, slow, you know, like, you know, it's got like everything takes twice as long. And I'm like, well, why didn't you ever just teach us Spanish when we were little kids? You know what I mean? Like, that seems like it would have been pretty easy because I would know it by now. I didn't want to have to do the work. But she says, I didn't want you guys to grow up with accents. You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like that's still a very big thing, even in 2018. Like,
Sure.
With a lot of immigrant parents, right? And
Yeah.
they're just like, oh, like, people don't understand me because of my accent. It's like,
Yeah.
People understand you. They're just awful.
Yeah, and then it makes you kind of think about, like, oh, shit, she must have been, like, really coming from a place of being oppressed and teased and made fun of to not, like, to want to spare her kid of that same kind of fate, you know?
Definitely.
Even, you know, and even though, like, that's one of the things that people always ask me is, like, what accent is that? Where are you from? What are you? Like, we're talking about heritage. People.
What are you?
That's the number one. Like, people are always asking, like, what
Hey,
are
man,
you?
we're having a great time, but
Yeah. What box do I check?
yeah. As I report you to the authorities.
I was like, your name is Eric Peterson, but I'm not buying it, you know?
Look, you're obviously living in a party house, and I gotta call the cops on you, and I need to know: are you gonna get away with it or not? Are you white or are you Latino?
Oh, damn.
Exactly right. So yeah, that was a weird cultural thing, and I was definitely dealing with this at this time in my life when I was in Colleen, and that's when I was like, "What are you? What accent is that?"
That's kind of like a military town too, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's from people from everywhere.
Yeah.
But people who live there sure wanted to put me in a box. You know what I mean?
For sure.
All right, I feel like that was a good tangent. Actually, I feel like that's the best type of tangent because I think we talked about something that actually matters. We were
The Simpsons don't matter. I'm sorry.
no, the Simpsons matter the most.
That's not what you were referring
As
to.
a single
I'm sorry.
a single tear falls down my cheek.
Single yellow tear.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's urine.
Yeah. Oh no. Ozzy Osbourne at the Alamo. Oh, excuse me. That's a different quip.
Oh, I think I missed that completely.
You know,
Was
Ozzy
this
got
2003?
Ozzy got banned from the Alamo. you
Yeah.
know, for doing bad stuff at the.
Yeah, he pissed all over the Alamo. He
all over
remembered to
it.
piss on the Alamo.
Yeah, he remembered it clearly. You know. So I honestly, guys, I don't know of anything else that happened in 2003 besides the Iraq War, and remembering that when I was a kid. I was literally in my backyard, and my dad came outside to tell me that the space shuttle was like disintegrating over Texas.
That was insane.
And we were literally scared that it was gonna fall in our backyard because, like, you assume, because that the whole world like is around you, but you're so minuscule or whatever. But yeah, you're like, space shit's gonna fall on me.
Well, it was also falling like just in very like remote places.
Sure,
Yeah.
in
Right?
Texas,
In Texas.
in
So
North
it's like-
Texas specifically, yeah. Like, I know it's fell like in Granbury or like Gun Barrel City or other cities around North Texas that are around Dallas. So like, I was literally like, fuck, dude, like this shit's gonna go through my fucking house and ruin my my desktop that I'm making mix CDs on. You know,
Oh, mixed CDs. That's a very good segue.
that's a good segue.
Big mixed CD year.
It is.
Were we
So
on a LimeWire or FrostWire at this point?
I was on WinMX.
I think I was doing LimeWire and Bear Share, if I'm not crazy.
Oh, I thought that was like a
And
Another thing.
Sounds
Kazaa.
like something.
I was on Kazaa. as
Kazaa
well.
was a big one.
Oh yeah.
I was on FrostWire, but it seemed like it was the same platform, like the same P2P platform as LimeWire, right?
No, it was blue. LimeWire was green.
Oh, my FrostWire was like silver/white.
Oh, maybe I remember.
That was for
Or
that
maybe
was
I was not on Frostwire. Who knows?
that was for senior citizens. I think that was a senior version.
No, that's true. Damn it.
It's like Centrum Silver.
Yeah, all I could download was like fucking like swing music and Presley.
Yeah, all those different books of the Bibles on tape.
Shit that I would never loan.
the knockoff version.
Confession:
Yeah.
I literally know like 1 or 2 stories from the Bible, and I'll leave it at that. I'm sorry. There's just nothing. I just never learned it.
Yeah, well, hey, what can you do? Well,
What
it's
can I do?
it's on our to-do list.
It's true. I will do it. You know, as a religious show, Denim and Sweats, you know, is a very religious show. I strive to do that for the listener.
I believe in the Book of Limbaugh.
Yo, Rush Limbaugh, like I think like had an issue that year, right? Like he, I don't know, like I think he got like addicted to Percocets or like Molly or something.
Yeah, he took so many painkillers that he lost his hearing because
Yeah.
he was doing like all this. He would go to like the Philippines or something and take all these painkillers. And there was something to, like with child prostitutes or something.
Yo, really?
There are stories with this
How is
dude.
he still like on air?
I have no idea because people look the other way. I mean, look at the fucking 2018.
But her emails
Yeah, well, there you go.
convict that woman of a crime.
I mean, I hate emails, right?
All right, what other things fucking happened in 03? I feel like we've
Oh, you
been
know what?
dancing around this shit.
So I had been talking about the god awful fashion that
Okay.
happened that year. And I think that I know where those pirate skirts came from. Where
Where?
it was like it was like several layers of fabric.
Uh-huh.
They were all in weird triangles, so it looked like it was ripped. Right?
Oh,
and it was like
cool.
uneven, and all the celebrities are wearing it. Well, this was the year that Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl came
Yeah,
out.
okay.
Also, Finding Nemo. So maybe there was like this ocean thing happening.
Yeah, it was like a very, very like oceany type of year, I guess. Just reminding me that I don't know how to swim.
Yes, it was a little scary year.
It's like fuck, I'm gonna get ousted.
This was, and you know, I'm normally not really a big time movie head.
Hey, Denim and Sweats movies.
Yeah, but there was this. Okay, so I told you guys I worked in a movie theater. All right,
It's true.
I had this job for
Wait,
many
what?
years.
You worked at a movie theater?
Yeah.
Lights, camera, action. So I did a lot of different things in the movie theater. You know, started off selling concessions, making popcorn, serving drinks, making the shitty nachos. You know, all this kind of dumb stuff. You get promoted, you go up the chain, you become the ticket terror guy, you become the auditorium cleaner guy.
Oh no, that's the worst one where you have to clean up everyone's fucking
Yes,
mess.
and the bathrooms and the
Yeah.
vomit. It got gross.
Wait, the auditorium
But this was
cleaner.
like the third tier up?
No, that's the second tier. The third tier, the one that I made it to,
Yeah.
was projectionist. You know what I mean? That's my tier.
That's a very good tier.
It's my jam.
Also very important because at the time movies would fuck up and like burn up and shit. It wasn't all digital.
It was 35 millimeter
Right.
when I started here in
Yeah.
2003. You know what I mean?
Like
So
there could be a fire up there if you didn't do your job right.
everything I learned from a 60-year-old dude. He's one of the coolest people I ever met. Not 60. He's like in his 60s or 70s. His name
Now.
was Dave. But a short little dude who looked like a mole. He had this big bushy mustache.
Oh, Dave
He-
Molman.
Bald. Seriously, man, this guy's a character. But he's been working. He worked in the movie theaters ever since he was a little child. You know, like with his father, and he talked to me about the old arc bulbs and the technology and all the things that make them spark, like fucking crazy ancient technology.
Damn.
And this super bright bulbs, and they had to project it over this enormous drive-through lot.
Sure.
So he taught me everything. He's like, hey, but he's real cool. Like he would every single day after the end, he was like, all right, I'm gonna go get some beers at the whatever bar he would go to.
You're
Yeah.
like 19 at the
Like,
time.
I'm taking off. Like, you just take off. I was 19, yeah. And his number one fucking thing, man, you gotta learn this. You gotta fucking learn this. Anything goes wrong, don't panic. and so he drilled that in. That's the
Yeah.
number one fucking thing you gotta learn.
That helped when the theater caught on
Because
fire.
seriously, I mean, some of these things, they would, I forget what you call it, but like there'd be one print of a movie, you know, and
Yeah.
you build it up from the platter.
Sure.
You'd have to assemble the different reels onto the platter. All right, this is a really long way to get into the movies. I'm talking about building movies.
Wait, Did you ever see the movie Cinema Paradiso? It was this Italian film.
I heard it, the title,
Well,
but
you lived it because this is exactly what it was about. It was this guy at a movie theater mentoring this kid that learned to love movies.
Oh my
So-
god, that's where this guy's from.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
are you a movie
Talk
character?
about that movie, that
Yeah.
moment.
So
Was
cool.
This based on your life? But,
Yeah.
You know, released in
If you won
88.
an Oscar before,
you know, for some reason during this year, I was speaking Italian.
and it wasn't just because of Life is Beautiful.
I was like, what is up with these subtitles?
I'm sorry, that was a bad quip. I
Was that this
apologize.
year?
That movie made me sad. I'm sorry. That was sad.
Oh,
when
that
I
was like
watched it.
98.
I cried when I saw that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, they made me watch it in school, and I cried in
Me
school.
too.
Those
They made
fucking-
you watch it in
Yeah.
school?
Me
That's
too.
fucking harsh. You were babies.
No bullshit, Paloma. They made me watch it in school too, and like, as you know, like when he's like still pretending for his kid, that he's like walking away, like laughing, and then they shoot him. I fucking cried my eyes out. I was
Yeah.
in sixth
And
And
grade.
they leave you with that, yeah. No,
Yeah.
No, I was crying.
Roberto Benigni.
That was a bummer.
Excuse me. You were telling us you're an Italian movie
Yeah, I'm
star in
sorry.
disguise.
Oh no, no. Let's talk about the
This is
guy that was
actually a
fucking
documentary.
killed in the Holocaust.
Oh, yeah,
please.
Yeah, that's a much more funnier quip.
No, so I was there. There I was. This guy was teaching me this shit. So here you go. All right. So you build a print. All right. You assemble it from the different reels. They come in those old metal cans. Build it up onto this big fat like film pancake. Run it through the projector. It goes back into another platter. You get it ready for the next show. But
It's like a Rube Goldberg machine.
all this, it was. There's so many parts to it. And like you look in the projector, it's like if you were to like illustrate all the different parts, there's like 12 different things you
Yeah.
got to make it go through.
All the things lead to One-Eyed Willie's treasure from fucking the Goonies.
Yeah, man. Everything is like a potential minefield. You know what I mean? Everything is an opportunity for something to go wrong in this machine. You have to get everything perfect
Right.
every time, or it's going
Right.
to screw up.
That
So,
sounds
like,
like a
that's
fucking important job.
It's crazy
Right?
How did you slack off so much and invite people over to your loft?
because it
while
becomes
you were
muscle.
doing it?
It's muscle memory. You know what I mean? Like you figure it out, and then you know,
Specific muscle.
yeah, exactly. So it's super fun, but then like the static electricity build up. You know, weird things that happen. So one time, guy got fired because he screwed up a Matrix screening.
This was the year of the Matrix.
Yeah, it was the
Both
Matrix.
sequels came out,
Yeah.
Reloaded and Revolutions. Reloaded was kind of cool. Revolutions was a disappointment.
I remember spending so much time talking with my friends after that second one. Like, oh, what do you think is going on?
Hey, why is the Oracle a different person?
Okay, so he walked in on the architect with the TVs.
Oh wait, he's like flying now and shit. Oh, they said that the agents have been upgraded. That's why they're stronger.
We were all doing our Agent Smith impressions.
Yeah, Mr. Anderson. That's my impression.
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Nova. That's my Agent Smith impression.
I like it.
Anyways, The Matrix World 03, I guess, is the point of this story.
So many good movies. Kill Bill, Bad Santa,
Wait, Kill Bill was this year?
both of them. Yeah.
Elf.
I didn't watch this movie until like 2 years ago.
Oh, really? It was good,
I
right?
mean, and then I watched all of them.
It's pretty dope because she like just goes and kills all her enemies,
She's
It's
fucking
good.
amazing.
including David Carradine, who later died from his own autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah. Sounds pretty erotic.
Yeah,
He
he
did.
killed himself by hanging himself in his closet. But he didn't mean to kill himself. He was trying to just have the perfect orgasm.
Wouldn't it have been crazy if that's how he
Right.
died in the movie, Kill
It's
Bill?
true. Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
He's like, wait, don't decapitate me. Wait, not yet.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Jesus
That's
Christ.
a good. Hey, Quentin Tarantino should be really set.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Alternate.
The Room came out this year.
The Room?
Yeah.
What's The Room?
Yeah, you're tearing me apart, Lisa.
That's not the 1402 movie, right? Where like you go crazy because you're like you're in the same room or whatever.
The one that just got remade by James Franco.
Oh, James
okay.
Franco
It's like
from
one of-
Pineapple Express.
Cha.
I named just
That
comedies.
is the one that
You guys,
refer to.
yeah, you guys have like all these like really good like good quip like foreign movies, and I'm just naming fucking stoner comedies and shit. Even though I don't
American
smoke.
Splendor, too.
Oh yeah, American Splendor with the Harvey Picar movie was this year.
Which one's that one?
That's when we get into comics.
It was about it's a really good comic movie. It's about the guy Harvey Picar that him and R. Crumb worked together on a lot of books. But he's just a regular schlub dude. But it's stories about a regular dude's life. But like you read these comics as a kid, like you're saying, my autobiographical comics, I kind of just like to elevate the real mundane stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
And this movie, Harvey Picar, that's what he was all
He
about.
called himself the flunky clerk because he was a file clerk.
Oh,
The entire movie.
file clerk.
And this was with what's his name, Paul Giamatti. This is like the Paul Giamatti years, like
I like Paul Giamatti. He's very underrated.
good actor. Other stuff. We School of Rock came out this year. We had
Jack Black.
Big Jack.
Never seen it.
Oh, Jack Black. Oh, do you like Jack Black?
I mean, yeah. I just
It's fun.
When I first met him.
You hate what?
I hated him, but now I love him. This is funny.
Oh, okay, you came around.
I came around.
I liked him from Saving Silverman, which is a different year.
Yeah,
It's really
that was
funny.
that was a funny one too.
Yeah, he ended up falling in love with the football coach.
That was around this time though, right? That was around this
I
time.
think it was like 2000 or some
01,
shit.
yeah. Check this out. Lost in Translation, Mystic River. I like that one, even though it's by what's his face, Mr. Clint Eastwood. Finding Nemo, the Lord of the Rings movie.
Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, the ending of that trilogy. Basically, I think they got like an Oscar for it just because it's like, goddamn, they've made like movies like 3 straight years or whatever. And it was like the climax of like, this was pre MCU where like you wait like 12 years for a payoff, right? Everyone was waiting 3 years for the conclusion of these 3-hour movies. So it was like 9 hours or whatever.
Yeah, seriously. And then remember the conclusion was like 45 minutes of them like slow motion.
Yeah, and the ending is that the king has like a ghost army that helps him defeat his enemies or whatever.
Did that really happen?
Yeah, like he's like, ugh, like he's like coming across with his sword, and like all these like souls are helping him.
yeah.
God damn, spoiler alert.
Oops, sorry. I mean, it came out like 17 years ago. Also, let me spoil Infinity War for you right now. I'm just kidding.
It was all a dream, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, they wake up and Alf is alive.
Yeah, it's like, who's a really dumb superhero? Captain Marvel's like, ooh.
Ooh, it's Underdog.
Underdog is doing the whole thing. That'd be really good.
So she mentioned Finding Nemo and Pirates of the Caribbean. I never watched Pirates of the Caribbean at all. Finding Nemo was pretty dope just because I was into all the Pixar movies. But yeah, outside of that, I don't really remember any other movies besides maybe Bruce Almighty, just because it was like the return of Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
that's
since like The
right.
Grinch or whatever. And it felt like it was back in his like comedy heyday, like Truman Show, Liar Liar, kind of shit, you know, like because he was doing dramas before that or whatever. And The Grinch was a family movie, so it finally felt like Jim Carrey was back or whatever.
Alphas is here.
Oh, that was a big comedy one.
Oh,
Anybody a fan of Elf?
I was
Yeah,
very
that was a
much
good
fan of
one.
Elf. It's the only movie that I like Will Ferrell in.
It's true, you know, no one likes Will Ferrell more than Paloma.
Hey, this
No
is...
one hates
I know.
him more than I do. Except for in Elf. Elf, I'll play it.
What do
in
you like about Elf?
summertime. What do I like about Elf? I don't know. It's just like
Do you love
super
Christmas?
cute.
It's
I
Santa!
like Elf, and I mean I like Christmas and
In general?
Elf. No, in the Elf perspective.
Oh, okay.
Like only in that movie.
It's a perfect role for what's his face, Will Ferrell.
The Man-Child.
You know, I think might be a good movie. We both like a Will Ferrell movie called. Do you ever see this? It's called what's that fucking? Well, here's a writer.
Stranger Than Fiction?
Stranger Than
Yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah, see? I watch cool movies too.
Have you seen Stranger Than Fiction?
No.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
pretty good.
you have
Where like everything he writes like comes true or something, right?
He's got he's hearing a narrator in his brain,
Right.
but
He's
he starts hearing a narrator in his brain that's like kind of telling him, like, you know, it's so he thinks he's going crazy because he's hearing narration of his own life. But there's an author who's writing a book, but it turns out to be a book that's about him. It's a conceptual thing.
That's interesting. I think there's like a graphic novel out there like this, but it's like this evil thing.
What's it called?
Or like I don't know.
That's cool.
I think it's called Beetleborgs.
For a guy who makes comics, I don't read many comics.
Big bad Beetleborgs. You remember that shit?
That was like I thought it was a spin-off of
I always
Power
want.
Rangers, but
I always wanted a Beetle Bonder so I could transform into the Beetleborg.
Yeah,
That's like 1995
I
shit.
kind of remember that.
We'll talk about this more in depth when we do the 95 episode for sure.
did any of you watch Holes?
Yeah. I went to the movie theater to watch it. Yeah.
Yes, I did too. That's right.
But I went under false pretenses because I thought it was like a UFO movie, but it was just about him like being like in a fucking containment camp or something and digging holes, right?
Why did you think or assume that it was
I thought that the holes were caused by like aliens.
like craters on the moon or something?
Yeah. I thought the aliens were coming. I thought it was a Men in Black sequel.
It must have been like in the movie theater, like the space poster right next to the holes poster or something.
I was like, space holes. That sounds cool.
Oh yeah, like wormholes.
Yeah.
Speed holes.
It's just a new Tremors
Black
with
holes,
Kevin Bacon.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and then, and I got disillusioned and I didn't go see that Gravity movie or whatever. Fucking McConaughey. All right.
Yeah, okay, I remember that.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, this is a year that David Beckham had really long hair.
David Beckham, the fucking sex icon of 2003, I would say. As far as males go, it was David Beckham, Justin Guarini, and I don't know, Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, Jack White from White Stripes,
Jack Black from Tenacious D.
exactly, Jack Black's brother from Tenacious D,
George W. Bush.
It's true, George Bush getting a shoe thrown at him,
I think we'll have
Freedom
there's
Fries.
a misconception of what heartthrob
What is sex?
not that gives you a heart attack. But,
Wait.
Hypertension.
That's not what a sex icon. I thought it was all about getting blood to a certain part of your body. But you know what?
but the heart.
Right, not the heart. A different part. Oops, I'm sorry. Okay.
Well, not the heart because you were eating so many Freedom Fries.
It's true.
Mr. Patriot.
I was getting clogged up on Freedom Fries, homie.
Was this the Freedom Fries year?
It was the fucking Freedom Fries year.
Yes, that's so cool.
So let's talk about this shit. The politics of war, 2003. The 2003 invasion of Iraq was initially called Operation Iraqi Liberation. Do you know that it was quickly changed to Operation Iraqi Freedom? You want to know why?
Yeah.
Tell us.
The acronym of Operation Iraqi Liberation spelled out OIL. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
So methinks thou doth protest too much.
Shout out to Time Magazine's Person of the Year in 2003, the American Soldier.
Yeah. I hope you're gonna put the Star Spangled Banner in this.
You already know what's happening. You're also hearing just all these gunshots and shit go off because it's. No, I can't even do the Patriot gimmick right now. That's too much. It's too much.
Heavy lifting.
Let's admit it. Iraq was a failed situation. We obviously went there for the wrong issue, and we fucked up a part of the world that didn't deserve that. But
Oh, yeah, the alternative facts. I
thought
thought
it's fake news. What
I
it's doing.
clearly remember seeing a mission accomplished banner. So,
And then it took another 10 years for the mission to be accomplished.
Dude, people are still there, aren't they?
Yeah, they're still there.
Hashtag war reference.
So I think between the invasion of Iraq and it was an invasion, let's admit that. And by the time that they actually overtook the palace, it was literally like a 3-week episode, right? And we all, at least I watched it because I was coming home from school watching it on fucking whatever the cable channel was, just because that was our reality. After 2001, you literally came home and saw what was new in this new world of oh shit, all these threats are coming across the country and we have to know what's going on.
Remember, how many times in 2003 did you hear the words weapons of mass destruction?
Yeah, WMD, that was the term. It wasn't DNS at the time. That DNS is 2018. But in 2003, it was WMD.
WMD, weapons of mass destruction.
Right.
Holy shit.
And it turned out there were no WMDs.
Oh boy, I'm just hearing the words in my head as I say
Oh
them.
my
It's
god,
just
there's
like,
rage building, right? Look at this.
anytime you put,
Now,
Yeah.
huh?
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
No, I was just gonna say they put the American flag. Anytime you're watching the news, that was it. In the corner, always the American.
Oh
flag.
yeah. All the channels started having the American flag waving in an animation style.
Just always perpetually in the corner there.
They're laying out on us because we're just going on a quip.
To pacify us,
Yeah.
it's hey, isn't this war unjustified and unwarranted? Oh, but the American flag.
Well, fool me once, shame on me.
Told me twice I'll eat some Freedom Fries.
Yeah, and you fool me, can't fool me again.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, that's my George Bush impression.
I think you won the contest.
I won the contest. Thank you. Okay. Man, that sucks that this year was literally
War?
we're adolescents and it literally just gets taken up by fucking war. But then you look at the history and there's always been war. It's a perpetual situation.
This is when the perpetual war machine kind of kicked into high gear again.
Yeah, 03 to now.
Cha. Well, you know what? It's been a pretty democratic last 15 years.
All right, let's talk about some other shit that's not as bad. All right, What else happened in 03? Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger was sworn in as governor of California.
Oh, wow.
The governor.
The governor.
And that's all I have to say.
Is this when he
about
had
that.
his child, his illicit child with the maid?
Yeah.
Probably conceived
Dude,
this...
it looked just like him. It was obviously his kid.
Yeah.
Did he admit it? It was like Strom Thurmond, right? So Strom Thurmond died in 03.
Oh, really?
If anyone remembers who Strom Thurmond was,
Super
like
old.
long time, like Senate Majority Leader. He was a states' rights Democrat up until he basically turned Republican because of the civil rights situation. And he was always against civil rights and like the changes that were obviously necessary. And then when he fucking died at like age 115 or whatever, it turned out that he had like all these illegitimate kids with like his help at the house, and they were all mixed race babies.
He's got a complicated race thing in his brain.
I mean, it just shows you like how hypocritical all that shit is, you know?
How fucked up, man. That makes me wonder what's going on with Jeff Sessions. He's probably like growing his own pot in his house.
Oh god, he's just blazing every day. Just it's spewing out of his elf ears, just fucking.
Yeah, he's like a keeper or elf.
Yeah, that's how he flies around Washington. Oh, what a piece of shit. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to associate anything whimsical with Jeff Sessions.
Yeah.
Do not
All right.
recall.
Okay. I'm going to try to move on from politics. Oh, okay. Let's talk about the Dixie Chicks. Oh, the Dixie Chicks told a London crowd that we're ashamed that the president of the United States is from Texas. Does anyone remember the fact that literally radio stations would boycott the Dixie Chicks? Like, you wouldn't hear them because they actually had the nerve to stand up to say something bad about the president in 03. Like, that was an issue. Mm-hmm. Like, they got blackballed from entertainment for a minute.
They had record burning like meetups.
Right,
you know?
right, yeah. Like now, like it's so stupid. Right now, they burn like jerseys.
Wait, what?
I
Yeah.
remember seeing this on the
miss this.
yeah, like when people had disco sucks,
This
burn
definitely
your
happened.
record kind of things.
Yeah.
People
I
would
didn't know that happened either. That's
like you know how people would burn Harry
Disco
Potter
demolition
books?
night.
I remember that one. Yes.
Okay.
Because how dare they?
Same thing. It's just like here's a thing that people spent money on. It's like when you see people shooting their Yeti coolers now, you know.
Sure.
But it's like
Yeti cool.
you know,
There's like this different part of Texas that I'm just not privy to.
it's
Right.
so crazy. It's so crazy. But yeah, people would burn their Dixie Chicks. I saw it in the news around this
So
time.
people purchased the money that went to the Dixie Chicks, and then burned their
I guess if
albums.
they had them, they're like, I used to love this album up until this day
Yeah.
because of this political issue. So now I'm going to, as a big showy display.
And you know what exactly what demographic is doing? It's that fucking, you know, like the rednecks.
The brainwashos, the zombos.
Can't believe the Dixie Chicks don't like the president. I'm gonna burn their records down.
Chuck.
You won that impression as well.
That's a good one, right?
It's true. But okay, yeah. We all grew up with this accent. Okay.
That's true. I'm from Texas, okay? I have to edit like the last hour of this podcast and just like remove it from air.
Hey, listen. You know what? You could split it. Subscribers bonus.
Yeah, the bonus content is seeing my real allegiances. All right, other things that happened at the time. Madonna kissed Britney Spears at the VMAs because everyone apparently at the time is kissing each other. Do you remember Madonna kissing Britney Spears at the time?
Definitely. Yes. I mean, that was, if there was one momentous occasion in 2003, that was it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, forget the Iraq War. God, I have to keep going back to it. What else? Paris Hilton became a household name.
And Perez Hilton.
Oh yeah, Perez Hilton.
It's around this time. I mean, they're both heavy hitters in 2003.
I mean, you know, whatever that means, so to speak. What else? Angelina Jolie caused a stir at the Oscars by kissing her brother, James
Everybody
Hayden.
was kissing each other.
Rather passionately. Yeah, you have brother and sister kissing each other. You have secular friends kissing each other. And this is when everyone...
Irvin listening to Kiss.
I was listening to Kiss. I went to my first concert, and it was Kiss.
Nice.
But yet I still had not yet had my first kiss. Oh,
Ironically.
it's true. You know, it didn't happen until much later. And I was already 15. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I think I had my first kiss at like 15.
Oh, I had it at 12, and
Damn.
my entire family found out. Entire family finds out. I don't want you coming home pregnant from a kiss.
From a kiss? Those bodily fluids. How'd they find out?
Travel away From your vagina to your mouth.
Wait, wouldn't it go from the mouth to the vagina?
I don't know how this works.
The vagina to your mouth?
Did I say mouth? to
I think that's a
vagina?
I think that's a different act.
Edit this out,
Oh
please.
my god. So no, the way that my family found out was actually very of the time at this point.
It was on MySpace.
It was via AIM.
I was about to say those
Hell
words
yeah!
next.
All right. I'm gonna wait for Nacho to come back, but we all have to fucking talk about what our AIM screen names were.
I can't remember for the
Oh.
life of me what mine
So
was.
okay, so they found out through AIM. How'd they find out?
So I was aiming with my cousin. at
Virtual
the time.
boyfriend. Oh.
Is that who your first kiss was with?
With my cousin? Oh no, that was the second one. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, the second kiss is always better than the first.
But yeah, so I was talking with my cousin about my first kiss. And for whatever reason, I thought it would be a good idea to print our conversation. Because I think it was also, we had just gotten a printer that it was
novel.
yes. So I printed my conversation, I guess, because I like to archive things. Maybe
Yeah.
this is why I am where I am professionally.
Yeah. Now executive director. Yeah, hell yeah. And the edit happens here. Hold on.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, continue.
Thank you.
3, 4. Make sure you take this part out.
I will. Don't worry. Hold on. And go.
So, yeah, I decided it'd be a great idea to print my conversation, and my mom came across it, or my dad, or somebody came across it.
Where was it?
Well, it was in Round Rock.
Oh, I know, but where did you leave your conversation?
I don't know, by the
living
printer
room?
probably.
Oh.
Who knows? Yeah, and they were just like, "Wait, what? This happened?" And
I find it funny that you guys are talking about that because I just realized that I would also print out my AIM conversation.
oh, that's so cute.
You want to know
We
why?
didn't want them to, be gone forever.
That and I was okay. So 03, it was my first year of high school, but it was also my last year of middle school, right? And my longtime crush from elementary and middle school, we were AIM friends or whatever. And I knew that after 8th grade, we were going to different high schools, but I made sure to get that fucking screen name so we could continue to talk, over the summer or whatever. So
Wait, did she write it down in your yearbook?
yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
IC or whatever.
I definitely, I was IC at the time. Yeah.
I see.
That was my nickname. IC.
Wait, really?
Yeah, Irvin Castellanos. IC. Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but
Yeah.
Was that your AIM handle?
No. Okay, let's talk about the screen names in just a minute. But yeah, so the point of me printing them out was just so that I could read that I was talking to this girl as
That's proof to
as-
your friends.
no, not even to. I wouldn't even
Just
show it to
yourself.
anyone. To myself, I'm like, oh my god, I really had this conversation, and it's real if I print it out.
Yeah.
I don't know, it sounds so lame now, but I'm like,
Well-
that was
No,
cool.
that's so cool.
It's like getting photos developed,
Yeah, right. If it happens in the photo booth, it happened in real life.
Yeah. We captured this moment. Here you go. Here it
Yeah,
is.
so I was talking, I was like, oh damn, oh shit, my fucking crush, oh dude, she's so cool. And we rode the bus or whatever she got dropped off at a different school, but it was cool to now have that. It's like getting a number, I feel now, right? It's like a text message now. It was
Yeah.
AIM at the time was like.
Well, no, it's like a Instagram handle.
Exactly. Oh.
It's
Is
a
that
lot
what
more
people.
intimate than a phone number.
Okay, yeah. Well, here's another point we have to talk about. What's the most intimate thing that you can get from someone when you fucking meet them? Is it your phone number now? Because I feel like now it's your fucking Insta.
No,
'Cause
I
everyone-
was joking. I still think it's your phone number.
It's your phone number. That's the most personal one. I think people go, what's your Insta or Snapchat? And then they go, what's your phone number? If they're really trying to meet you, right?
Oh, I've never been single in this
People
era.
are
It's fucking
shy
sexy.
about it. They'll say hey, what do you do on social media? Or
Sure. Hey, what's your social? That's how they say it.
Oh,
And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's a 0555, and I give them my social security number.
I just want people to ask me so I can say at your butt.
Yeah, at your butt on Twitter and Instagram.
Wait, is that really your?
Yeah, MYER. Everybody.
So
I thought it was some sort of inside joke right here that I didn't understand.
Shit your butt.
AIM was the original social network, right? AIM was like the Instagram or Twitter of our adolescence, and it was definitely a big presence in in 2003. So let's talk about our AIM handles and how ridiculous they are to think back at now. Mine was, I had two. My original one was, and it doesn't even make sense because it was literally just a random name that I made up when I was like 12. It was PepKing55 on AIM. And I was also Audio Slave 03 later on, but the O in audio was a 0. So Paloma, what was your AIM handle?
Oh, God, I don't remember. Can we come back to me?
Sure.
Okay.
You know what? I think it was at my little art name, Apples or something.
That's dope that
Like
you've had
Apples.
continuity.
Yeah.
Las manzanas.
How did you do it? How was apples not taken? It was just apples
It
underscore.
was Apples something.
It was the beginning of AIM, okay?
Yeah.
That's why it wasn't taken.
Yeah, I guess fewer things were. And
People-
emails were kind of.
People
easier.
didn't give a shit
Yeah.
about names. They just wanted to be in those fucking AIM chats like ASL.
Yeah, that's exactly.
We were talking to like 50-year-old like fucking men or some shit.
To certain people, if you're like below a certain age, it's gonna be like, "What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
fucking microfiche."
Yeah. What was your name on AIM, dude? Did you have an AIM?
Yeah, I had a couple. Man, it's
A
yeah.
couple. Did y'all like get kicked out of too many like chat rooms, and that's why you had to come up with a new one, or what's up?
Yeah, because
Actually, I have a good quip, and I'll tell you in just a minute.
you transition, you outgrow one, and it's kind of like I want to start branding myself.
It's true. It's true. I didn't want to be PepKing55 anymore when I was a little older. I was like, that sounds stupid. I want to be Audio Slave 03.
Yeah. So my first one was the Latin flop.
Oh!
That's a really good one.
As
a
opposed,
good one.
as opposed to Latin Sensation, because Latin Sensation was taken. And then,
Holy shit, you were already witty at the time.
How
Yeah.
old were you when you?
Yeah.
That's a good one, right?
That's a really good
16,
one.
17.
All right, that's fair.
You know,
You
so
better have been witty.
yeah, no, it's just what can you do? This is who I was. I was already too, like I said, I was too cool for school. And then the one I did after that was Speed of Sound Man. It was a comic book character I created.
Sure. You know, fuck, that's crazy that we're actually... This was nowhere in my notes for this year, but I'm glad we brought it up because literally, obviously, I made Audio Slave 03 in 2003 because that's why I added that fucking year.
Oh, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
Well,
cool.
this is when they had their top tune, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Like a Stone.
Anybody,
Hey.
Yeah, let's do our Audio Slave guitar solo.
And I'll wait for you. All right, that's it.
It was the guitar solo.
There it is. Oh, yeah. Then I just went immediately to a shitty voice solo. Shout out to Chris Cornell. It's been almost a year since his death. Too soon, I would say. My favorite singer of my life. And he died literally May of last year. So that's crazy.
Oh!
Yeah.
Cider up from.
Yeah, let me pour this water out for him like a 40.
Right here, right on the computer.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, shit, the circuits are going
That's
crazy.
the end of the podcast.
No, nothing is saved.
Oh, shit, that's true.
Okay. Oh, what was the story? Oh yeah, you asked me why I had why I would have two screen names.
No, I asked if you got kicked out of any chat rooms. So that was a real question.
Me and my middle school friend Adam Whiteside, who's actually still one of my closest friends, and to this day. Oh no! After we got out of middle school, we added like our science teacher like on AIM.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the time when you could direct message each other, and like literally, if they accept, you can send them anything on your computer. And he sent them like a very explicit photo.
Child pornography?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't anything bad, but it was obviously something that we shouldn't be sending. It was
There's a
Some
lot
s-
of room for interpretation.
some sort of
there.
explicit situation.
Lemon
Let's
party?
just say that it wasn't anything that would actually get us in trouble, like with the law. But it was obviously something that like we shouldn't be sending a fucking teacher. But we did it because we're stupid and we were kids and we were like in 8th grade and we thought it was funny and we were like, ha, ha, he
It
accepted
is.
our direct message and then he never responded after he received that message.
Yeah, because
It's kids, yeah.
Yeah, why
I
would
was
you-
like, I think he sent me the screenshot. He was like, "Hey, what's up, Mister Whatever?" And then he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "Hey, can I send you something?" He's like, "Sure." And then he's like, whatever wants to direct connect with you." And he's like, "Direct connection accepted. Attachment sending," and it takes like a couple minutes. And then the attachment is sent, and silence after that.
Yeah.
And he never contacted him
I'm
again.
going to close this window.
I mean, I think it's kind of already very weird that he accepted you in the first place.
Oh
Like,
well, he was literally our science teacher. Like
Yeah,
he interacted with us every day. Like
sure,
we were
but I
cool
feel
with
like
him.
it's I don't know.
No, he had a wife and
He's
everything.
opening
I don't
Pandora's
think
box.
I don't think that you're like saying anything that would, you know,
Oh, you're saying that from his
from
point
his
of view.
like,
Got
no,
it.
what the fuck was he doing?
Oh, so you're saying that we actually did good by sending him...
No.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you sent him. What did you send him?
Here, you can edit this out.
I mean, no, I won't edit it out. It was he basically just sent him like just some random like porn image or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't anything bad, but it was like obviously like look what we sent you. And then anyways, he was never talked to us again and blocked us on AIM.
Transferred school.
Right? No, we weren't there. We were literally on our way to high school. Like that's why we did it because like we were off dirt off our shoulder like Jay-Z shit. Like it's gone.
Yeah, the smart move is to block.
He probably blocked us. I definitely never went back to that middle school. Oops, sorry. I'm glad I didn't mention what middle school I went to. Travis Middle School, class of 2002.
We can bleep it out.
No need.
Oh,
What's up?
your move, Travis Middle School.
Oh, Timberwolves. What's up? We're so stupid. It was a brand new school, and like they had a contest. Like, oh, what do you guys want to be the mascot? And they fucking named our mascot after the movie Air Bud. Because Air Bud, like the team was called the Timberwolves. Like you remember the stupid dog that would play basketball?
Yeah.
And he was popular at the time, so we were named the Timberwolves after a fucking movie.
Yeah, it would have been cool to be the Airbuds.
Yeah, we should have been the Air Buds, not the Timberwolves.
Right? Imagine.
Airbud.
That's a cool mascot.
Oh damn, we've been going for a minute. Okay, maybe we should. All right, we've done movies, right?
Yeah, we've done movies. We skipped over. We did do some music.
We've done music. We've done events.
Current events.
The only thing that's left before we do deaths is TV. Does anyone have anything from TV that they want to mention from 03?
Dang, TV.
We're going to be doing a criminal disservice to two.
That's true.
Very good comedies that I think came out this year.
It's
two,
true.
Two prime television comedies this
You
year.
know what? Take the lead.
Give me a sec.
Hey, DNS TV.
TV. I'm doing the TV corner and the movie corner. Grandma, what are you going to say?
Yeah.
The Bachelorette. First
What?
Year.
What?
Yes,
I didn't even know about this. What's The Bachelorette?
It's a beautiful show about single people just trying to
Oh,
find
that sounds
love.
terrible.
Even though they're only like in their early 20s, and it's like they still have enough time to find love.
Wait, but don't all of them, even in the final, even when they find love, like break up like within months?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I love
just, it's just actors or people
Take
with
it back.
dreams.
Take
right?
it back.
Do you watch this?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, we watch it. So
Oh, tell us about it. I watch. Look, guys, I watch very, very obnoxious shit, so I will not judge you.
I didn't watch this at the time. Like in my head, this is all like fucking.
You guys
meaningless.
watch it now.
Wait,
Yeah.
was like The Bachelorette the first of these types of shows?
Yeah. When did The Bachelor start?
Oh, I guess that was the first. Of course,
The Bachelor.
The
probably
male
was
version.
the male version was, of course, the first one, right?
Also,
That's
this
bullshit.
year do you guys remember Joe Millionaire?
It was
Oh
like
yeah, it was a fake millionaire, right? And
He was an average Joe.
Yeah.
He was pretending to be a
Yeah,
millionaire.
and the point of it was, I'm gonna make these girls fall in love with me to see if they really love me. Because at the end, I'm gonna tell them I don't have this money. I make like $30,000 a year.
starting off with the lies. Good.
And eventually, and what a great way to like start a long life together. Eventually, the girls were like, ooh, and they obviously left him because they were there for the money and the fame.
Gold diggers.
I've been lying to you. Will you marry me?
Yeah. Hey, what's up? I'm a cook. I'm a cuck.
That's my catchphrase.
I know. I literally looked at you as I said it, and I said it in your voice. I could try to imitate
All right.
it.
I'm going to be sending you a what do you call it? A Venmo.
Venmo request right now. DNS gimmick infringement, I believe.
You know, if you don't collect the royalties, people are going to walk over you.
America's Next Top Model was also
Whoa!
Wait.
So
first year.
Wow.
Jessica's saying that this is the year of reality shows.
It is.
No
I
shit.
think that's what I'm saying. Also, you guys, the OC.
Oh my! I can't believe we haven't talked about
California.
Don't you dare stick your tongue out at
California.
Cohen.
Got comfortable in her seat 'cause she's got some shit to tell.
California.
Oh, maybe I'm mistaken. I could have the wrong TV show in my head.
Paloma, tell us about the OC.
The OC was like,
I'm sure you do.
What was
Let's
it?
hear Paloma
It was
say.
I want to hear what
Yeah,
she
so it
thinks.
was
'cause
like-
I think I have a reference of what it is, but
what
I
do you
need to know
mean?
what it
You
is.
know you watched it. I mean, maybe not in 03. You probably I don't know. Maybe you watched it last year or something. I don't know. When did it come on like?
I bought the
Netflix or
Criterion.
something?
Yeah.
Netflix.
Criterion collection.
I don't have Netflix. I don't have anything.
Hey, I'll give you my password. Don't tell Netflix.
All right,
okay?
don't. Well, you only have a 30-day free trial. All right.
Oh, well, I'll bleep it out.
We're talking about Netflix, right?
No, we're talking about the OC, man.
The OC.
Okay.
Okay, so the premise is that this kid from like a bad part of, I don't know, California. I don't even remember.
Stockton.
No, he was from Chino. That was the thing.
Oh, like my pants. Sorry.
I laughed.
I'll turn my microphone down.
That was good.
Yeah, so just like your pants. So he, I don't know, has a really bad, living domestic situation. So this rich lawyer, or I guess he wasn't a rich lawyer. His wife was very rich. They lived in the OC, Orange County, California. And they sort of like adopt him and like bring him in. And then he has to deal with like all of the foolish people that live in the OC. And he falls in love with Marissa.
I was thinking of the wrong show. I'm sorry.
The one thing I just remembered from her explanation is that the guy that accepts her had just ridiculous giant eyebrows. The lawyer.
Eyebrow actor man?
Oh, yeah. He did
Parents
have...
say he looks like it.
Well, he would look like him if his eyebrows were like 2 feet long.
Oh, was he the guy that talked like this? Like, I'm the guy that's the nerd.
No.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you're talking about Seth Cohen and you're...
You're talking about
making
Elon
something
Musk.
Watch yourself.
Huh? Who's Seth Cohen?
He was the
Oh,
son
okay.
of the lawyer that took this kid in.
Okay, yeah, but I have a passing understanding of the show. I was thinking of the wrong show entirely, though.
What were you thinking of? Police Academy?
The chick on Dancing with the Stars. Remember the real depressed one, Misha or whatever?
Yeah, Misha. Yeah, I
Misha
remember.
Barton.
I remember the show.
Misha Barton got big off the OC, and then she
Yeah.
lost her shit.
Yeah, oh, that sucks.
Well, and then she died in it.
Wait, Misha
Huh?
Barton died
Oh my god.
In the TV show?
in the TV show or in real life?
No, in
She died
the show.
Paloma's losing her shit with us because she can't keep up with it.
I cannot do this. Please watch the OC and then we can talk about it.
Okay.
In like 2006,
California.
whenever it ends.
Wait, okay, so Misha Barton died in real life or just in the show?
No, just in the show. It's like yeah.
If I remember correctly, Paloma, they killed her off because she became too like hard to handle, and like they had to write her off because they just
Wait,
didn't want her
really?
around.
Okay, so you did watch the OC, is what you're telling me, huh?
I'm giving myself away.
Gossip Hound section.
California.
I was thinking of the show on MTV where it was like a reality show where they followed the lady who got breast implants.
Oh, the Wild Boys.
No.
Steve-O.
Actually, yes.
Well.
It was like it was an early reality.
I got breast
God.
implants.
It was like California.
California. Oh, the OC.
No, that's what I thought it was called. When
Oh,
you were...
the real Orange County, the real
This is
OC.
not going anywhere, y'all.
Yeah, I'm
He's
listen.
thinking of Spencer Pratt and Heidi
yes,
Klum.
yes,
not
yes.
not Heidi Klum. Heidi. What is it? Oh fuck! What is the
I
name?
know exactly what
Yeah. But
See?
it was called the real OC,
The real OC.
Orange County.
Oh.
That's what I was
The
thinking of.
hills.
Yeah,
The
the hills.
Hills.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. But that was a reality show version of it. It had Spencer
true.
Pratt, who was probably the world's biggest prick from like 03 to like
they're all
06.
huge pricks.
I mean, they are.
Okay.
But he was specifically.
That's why
a
I was
prick.
doing the
Bleh. California.
because it's like a time capsule, like the Jessica Simpson show.
What was Heidi's last name? But when you mentioned the breast implants, I know why you said that because she got ridiculous breast implants. Like they were obviously too big.
I remember.
Not that. I mean, that's her choice. But on the show, they look
Right,
ridiculous.
Kristen Cavallari.
Cavallari. Yeah, she married Jay Cutler, the Chicago Bears
Oh,
quarterback.
Yeah.
Huh?
She married up. She became she married an athlete.
Well, I hope they're all doing okay.
Yeah, and his backup was Bobby Boucher, from The Waterboy.
No shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we covered that in the last episode.
It's true. Oh, I didn't know that the OC came out in 03. The only shit that I was watching in 03 was Arrested Development or Chappelle's Show. That was it.
Chappelle Show, Inescapable.
You guys didn't watch the OC, really?
I didn't
No,
watch that.
I didn't watch it until later. I
So
watched
you
it
did
maybe.
watch it.
I did watch it like when it was either on syndication or like when it was on reruns, like later. But I did hear about Misha Barton
yesterday.
He's like,
Yeah.
actually, I just finished it yesterday. So.
as like a fucking box set of the OC falls out of my backpack right now.
Autographed copy.
Yeah, it just says Misha Barton, like call me or something.
So this is a fan fiction podcast.
It's true. No, Misha Barton's dead. Like, obviously, that's fan fiction. She's not even
Well,
alive
they did
anymore.
try to kill her off several times in the show.
That's unfortunate.
Right, because she kept going back and forth with the
Did
producers.
she get into drugs or something?
Drugs-
I
I think
thought,
in real life,
it was
yeah.
just what?
Is she the Stephanie Tanner of the OC?
Who's Stephanie Tanner?
Oh my god,
She also got into
yes.
drugs.
Right.
Wait, is Stephanie Tanner the middle child from Full House?
Yeah.
Yes.
How rude.
Which one is?
No,
which one is she?
That was the younger ones.
Was she on the Fuller House new one?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's on the Fuller House.
The cute one. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
For those
hey,
of you who can't
hey,
see,
Nacho.
Jessica,
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, yeah. Wait. I do have a sound effect. I know this is
Hold
not
on,
a sound
this
effects
is a
podcast.
Denim and Sweats exclusive. Stephanie Tanner, shout out. Irv's first crush from when he was like 2 years old on 1990s Full House.
It happens.
she was so cool.
It's true. I was more of a Stephanie fan.
That is Stephanie.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Oh no, wait, hold on. Which one is the older one?
You talking
Yeah,
about DJ?
I'm talking about I'm a
DJ
DJ
Tanner.
fan. Yeah,
Um,
DJ Khaled. No, I'm just
I don't
kidding.
know.
No, fuck.
you
DJ
dare
Khaled's
bring it up.
canceled. DJ Khaled is canceled because
Bring it
he's
up.
literally like the worst fucking guy ever.
Yeah.
I cannot believe he said he wouldn't eat it.
And you know, we,
But
No, but you know what? He was on the Weight Watchers
Yeah.
commercial recently, so
so he cut it out of his diet. You're saying?
exactly what I'm saying.
But wouldn't adding it to your diet like lead to better fitness? I feel like it would.
You gotta burn some calories. I'm
That's
sure.
true, for sure.
I hate that guy so much.
Yeah.
I-
ended up before
That is the
the
most.
pussy.
That was literally like one of the most selfish fucking opinions I've ever heard from a celebrity, and I immediately did not want to have anything to do with
Why
him.
would he?
Also, the fact that he said that like the rules are different for men, I was like, dude, how fucking hard is your privilege that you think this way, and you think that there will be no repercussions from everything that you do.
Well, his poor wife.
Fuck you.
She's not gonna leave him. Like she's fucking.
Well, she should, because she's not getting everything that she needs.
Oh.
Imagine going down on that. That's horrible.
Hell yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry,
and we were
excuse
telling you like literally
Denim and Sweat sex talk.
the day before we were telling you this. We were trying to tell you the difference between Khalid and DJ Khaled.
It's true.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
like
Very
no,
different.
Khalid is cool.
It's
DJ
true.
Khaled
Oh
sucks.
my god, the Denim and Sweats
But he
19
doesn't.
the Denim and Sweats 1998 episode has aged terribly because I'm literally like, nah, Khalid, nah, I'm all about DJ Khaled, and literally like a week later, DJ Khaled's like, I won't eat a girl out, and I'm just like, dude,
Yeah.
you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. So Irvin hates cunnilingus. Interesting.
It's not true. That's fake news if I've ever heard it. Anyways, we're talking about the OC.
If you say so.
I think actually we got there by talking about Full House.
Yeah.
No, it was the other way around.
Oh.
Dude, what is? Look at this Wikipedia
Tell us.
picture of Misha Barton. Why did they pick this picture? She looks like an insane person.
Oh, she looks so cute.
No.
Nah.
Oh.
Misha Barton's hot.
No, she's hot, but why this picture out of all pictures?
Maybe it's the most recent picture.
I
California.
don't think so.
You know who people
guys.
were really into was actually at the time not Misha Barton, but
The other
what is
chick.
the other chick?
Dark hair.
Christina, I'm sorry,
The one that does a Magnum commercials.
Yes.
Magnum.
Magnum the
The
ice
ice
Like
cream.
a bigger, thicker
What?
floppy?
We know what you're thinking.
No, like a bigger, thicker ice cream pop.
Are you serious? Are you guys being serious?
Shout out to the
Yeah,
1992
she
Denim and
looks
Sweats
What the
episode.
hell are you talking about?
What are we talking about right now? We're getting
Alright, look
lost.
at
What is her name?
Ice cream pop?
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah,
dude.
it's
Is this
like Magnum ice cream.
Blitzkrieg
She's also
pop?
in, like the Heart of Dixie.
Yes.
Whoa. Are you talking about the Yodel kid?
Hard on dicks?
Yeah.
No.
You guys,
Magnum popsicles?
why even have us on
It's a bigger, thicker popsicle.
Actually, now that I think about it, there is a theme.
This is
Shout
so-
out to the 1992 Denim and Sweats episode with the floppy joke.
Magnum?
I'm so confused. This is a real thing. Popsicle Magnum ice cream?
Yes. And then she walks
is this?
across
Who is
like
this?
cars. They're like stuck in the traffic, and
She's like super cute. I
She's
always
so
thought she was way
cute.
cuter than.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
yes.
Who is
If
this?
we say she's cute, you know who
Who
we're
is it?
I remember.
Oh, I can't
Bro, I don't
remember
know
her
who the fuck
name.
y'all are
She's
talking
awesome.
about.
Her name was Summer.
Rachel Bilson.
Yes, you've been holding on to it.
God. I just lost my shit because Rachel Bilson was so hot.
Hey, you remember these things? They're stored away.
Rachel Bilson was literally okay. I had many crushes in the mid 2000s, and I'll name them for you guys: Reese Witherspoon, Jessica Alba, and Rachel Bilson.
And if I remember correctly from a previous Denim & Sweats podcast, the girl in the Goofy movie.
Dog Girl.
True.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yes.
My cartoon fetish. What was her name?
She's your girl, man. I don't know.
Fuck.
There
Damn
seems
it.
to be a pattern. You like these girls, but you don't remember their names.
Oh no!
Yes.
I love that I'm getting roasted the fuck out of my podcast. Hey, you know what? Shout out to
welcome.
Shout out to Paloma, a loyal Denim & Sweats listener. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
she's bringing up good points. You know, she's
I mean, I did listen to that first one twice, y'all, because it was that good.
That's cool.
92.
Everyone go
You like
listen to
92?
all the other ones.
We were I was very nervous. I don't know about you, dude, but I was very nervous on 92 because it was literally like the first time we were doing it, so I didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
No, okay, so real quick.
Please.
Yeah.
This was like actually my introduction to you guys. This is how I met y'all, was through your voices.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, she had never met us before.
I've never met you in person before.
It's true.
Only met Irvin through Instagram
It's true.
and
Insta friends.
Insta friends.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
That's cool. That's how you guys met.
Seriously.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so with the headphones, this is how I
She's like, okay.
imagine you guys.
I guess Irvin's personality is okay to meet in real life.
I guess I'll try to make my way into his podcast.
Hey.
Very cool.
That's exactly how Irvin met Eric.
It's true.
Oh,
He
wait,
went
tell
his way
us.
into his podcast.
Yeah,
It's true.
But you know, like we met each other before you listened to my podcast.
It's true. I actually met him various years ago, but you know what's crazy? Like when you meet people, but like it's just I don't know if I guess it just doesn't happen at the time. I had met Jessica through a mutual friend, and obviously like Jessica and Nacho are together, and like I could tell that he was gonna be like a dude that I would have fun with, and I feel like we hung out at a couple parties together, right? Mm-hmm. But for whatever reason, we either didn't make contact or we lost touch. But that same mutual friend in the recent past got married, so I was invited to just hang out with them. And Nacho and Jessica were hanging out there again, and you know we just struck up a conversation. I think I made like some Simpsons quips, dude, and like I think like
and
you,
it was love at first.
yeah, you reciprocated. I feel, and it was love at second sight.
Yeah.
You know, like we had met each other again previously, and we're like, oh, I think I want to hang out with this guy.
Yeah, I think we were able to joke around. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in my element because I'm just here and I'm hanging out. And
Right. We were both just like, oh, God, get some drinks in us.
Yeah, I'm not involved. Yeah. Like, you know, like
You're just kidding.
I'm going to a thing. I didn't expect to have to go to it.
Sure.
You know, it's the end of some weird night, someplace I've never been. I'm like, yeah,
Sure.
what the hell? It's a special occasion.
I think we were at the Luster Pearl. I was drinking, like, you know, like a water. And, you know, like you were probably having, like, some sort of beer or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're just hanging out. And
Probably cider.
yeah, a cider. And we just really, I don't know, like, I could just tell that I was like, all right, I kind of want to hang out with this guy. And, like, as I would do things in the next coming months, I would just randomly invite you guys. Because, like, I feel like, I don't know, I got your number or something. And slowly but surely, like, this friendship developed. And we started talking about shit that we were interested in. I was already doing a podcast with my friend Jairo. I'm on the Whatever You Want podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, look out for that. I'm actually making my return this weekend on the video podcast, Whatever You Want.
Cool.
And we bonded on that, and we're like, why don't we just start fucking around on shit? Because we obviously love this shit, and I have a good time just hanging out with you. Let's just do our own thing. And I don't know, I'm having a great time.
Wait, when was this? What?
This all started maybe like late February-ish.
When
Wait,
did
of
they-
this year?
It's like
Yeah.
January.
Shut
January-
up.
okay,
Y'all are
January.
already like finishing each other's like sentences.
Yeah,
It's a good
so
dynamic.
adorable.
It's chemistry. You can't fake chemistry, and you can't force it. That's what I think.
You can't judge a book by its cover.
As I hold a gun to your head.
Wait, is this
Yeah, he
he
hated me. He hated me from the way I looked. You know.
You can't judge a daughter by looking at her mother, and you can't judge.
We're happy Mexican Mother's Day. Man.
It sounds like
yeah.
Jessica was like holding like a gun to his head to like, hey, talk to this guy.
I'm doing the Bo Diddley song.
Yeah.
I forget how it goes. Listen, you can put it in later if you want to put some fucking prime Bo Diddley jams in the year 2003
It's
podcast.
true. Hey, DNS post edit.
So yeah, I mean, we're both podcasters. I mean, so yeah, we started doing stuff. I've been doing my I've been wanting to do like podcasts for so long.
Shout
I
out
grew up
to-
listening to the radio. You know what I mean? Like
You guys
I was
are my
the,
friends.
Wait, what is this thing?
You guys are my friends. The podcast.
you guys are my friends. It's a dumb thing. It's me talking with my friends. It's hanging. You know what I mean? The thing that I think is fun, you know, like everybody grows up with fears of yakking. You know what I mean? Public speaking, that kind of thing. Hearing their own voice is always gross. I remember hearing, you know, like hearing you know, stuff when you're a little kid when you hear your own voice. Like, oh, that's how I sound. Like, fucking forget about it. You know what I mean? Like, this is obviously not fun. You know. But it's fun, you know. It's fun to be able to capture this stuff. I mean, I like radio, and you know, it's fun to. I have fun in my own real life. So
Yeah, you know, like,
your dad and grandpa were both radio heads. Right?
yo,
Wait, what?
I didn't know that.
no, there's just radio listeners. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like,
Not radio like people. but
Personalities.
they were
but you know, you grow up
Baby.
bathing in radio, so you got no choice. I mean, I grew up watching TV. I'm not as interested in that stuff. You know what I mean? This is accessible. This is immediate.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I have a face for radio, so I have to stay on just the airwaves. you
Yeah,
know?
let's just straight into people's brains.
Yeah. Like a parasite. No, but yeah. Long story short, I feel like me and Nacho have great chemistry. Like, it was very obvious from the very beginning. I feel like I was like, I want to do projects with this guy. And
Yeah.
you know, like, it started with fucking around on DNS. Then I was a guest on You Guys Are My Friends, and then we just decided to start a podcast together on a mutual love, The Simpsons, and that's why we started Eat My Shorts, a Simpsons podcast.
Hey, more projects to come.
It's true. Hey, yeah, ellipsis. We won't mention it now, but there is more to come.
Classic podcast tease.
But this time it's true. Like, there really is something in the works.
Yeah.
And we'll tell people at the appropriate time.
It's true. And then when we tell people, people will tell people. You know, you may be able to come to our house. We'll sell you some Mary Kay or Avon.
Yeah, yeah.
Three peaches.
Tupperware party.
I'm going to be selling Herbalife, you know.
Yeah.
Of course. You would.
get
You
me
would
out-
sell Herbalife.
Get me out of my pyramid scheme, please. I just need
Really
10
a
more.
cry for help.
I just need 10 more people.
Voluntary intervention.
Oh boy.
But I do want to say thank you, Paloma, for listening and for you know, taking. I don't know. I hope that we've delivered some sort of like cool shit like into like your day or whatever. Like, because we're just bullshitting and like I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm talking into the void when I do this show, and I'm glad that there's actually people that enjoy this show
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. You guys are hilarious, and I'm super happy to be a part of this.
Hell
For
yeah.
this, I don't know, episode.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here.
It's true. Thank you. Yeah, dude, we've been rolling for a minute. I think we should start wrapping it up. Why don't we do this? Why don't we talk about the usual, the thing that we do when we're ending our episodes?
Yeah.
Born on this year, now still alive, and dead on this year, now dead. I don't know anybody that was born in 2003, actually, and I don't want to talk about it. But I'll tell you what, dead on this year, 2003, death. First one, February 27th. Fred, Mr. Rogers.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love Mr. Rogers.
What are y'all's memories of Mr. Rogers?
So many
My
memories.
grandmother hated him.
Why? Because he was white?
I don't know.
Because he's old.
She's
he wore
super
those
Christian.
sweaters?
Yeah, she's super Christian. She's like, she'd always tell me, I guess she thought he was gay, and she was against.
She hated him because she
No,
thought
that's
Mr.
gay.
Rogers
Really
was
real.
gay. Hey, Mr. Rogers, he doesn't have a wife. He just comes home to his house alone
He
and
must
plays
be
with
gay.
toys.
Hangs out with the mailman.
Yeah, and he invites kids over.
I mean, I think your grandma was right, but like,
Yeah.
My grandma was the sweetest lady. She never said anything bad about anybody, but she fucking hated Mr. Rogers.
Yo, that's
Damn.
crazy.
Don't understand. I loved him.
Yeah, I loved him too.
Super
I cried when I found out he died, because like I felt like a piece of my childhood died.
Yeah, like a friend of yours died.
Sure, he would tell me he wanted to be my fucking neighbor.
And he wasn't like your grandpa. He was like your friend.
It's true. My grandpa would make me try to. He would tell me to drink beer when I was 9. Mr. Rogers just wanted me to play with trains.
He's like, hey, ever wanted to learn how traffic signals work?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey,
my
can you?
neighbor. I'll
Yeah.
show you.
Can you go check your parents' mail? Oh no, the bales are here. Oh, sorry guys.
Yeah. that was a good show. Hey. I don't know. I wasn't as into the Puppet Land stuff, but hey,
Yeah.
it was a good show.
Well, shout out to Mr. Rogers. We're pouring out of the Denim and Sweats 40 right
There's about
now.
to be a movie made, right, this year?
Oh, really?
If we time travel back to 2018.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Let's go back real quick. Yeah.
Tom Hanks is it Tom Hanks?
Oh, that'll be great.
That makes sense. I can see that.
Before,
Mr. Rogers movie coming out. Or in the works.
let's go watch it. Denim and Sweats movie trip.
I would love to see that movie theater. Hey, and I'm not a real movie theater head now. They gotta pay.
Before we move on to the next dead on this year now, it's still dead. Does anyone remember some weird GIF or like movie still of Mr. Rogers like flipping off a camera?
Mm-hmm.
Was that real or is that doctored?
It must have been.
I think it's real.
You know what I'm talking about?
He was doing like a little count on your finger
Right.
game,
And then he
like,
just throws up the middle finger.
yeah, it was just like a
I was
part
like,
of a
Mr. Rogers, you're not supposed to know that.
yeah. He was laughing when he was doing it.
Yeah.
Though. So it's like, okay, well, hey, listen, I know this has a secondary meaning, but what can you do?
He's just flipping off the cameraman. The
It's all-
cameraman's like, I wish I was dead.
This is not like this is ever going to be on the internet.
Right, because back then, like, you didn't expect that shit.
Mm.
But we somehow made a fucking GIF that we use on Twitter now. Like 40 years after his death.
He lives on.
All right, so dead on this year, still dead, May 14th, 2003. Robert Stack.
He was
that
Robert
is.
Stack.
Do you know who Robert Stack is, Paloma?
No, I don't.
It's my Robert Stack.
Eric,
impression.
tell him.
Well,
Nacho, tell him.
to reiterate, I'm Robert Stack.
it
You know, I didn't know too much about this person. He's got he's got a career long before when I figured him out. But he used to host a TV show called Unsolved Mysteries.
You never watched Unsolved Mysteries, Paloma?
No, I watched like the one with the dog.
Wishbone?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's not even about mysteries. Oh, are you talking about Scooby-Doo?
Actually, that was it. That was it. I was watching Scooby-Doo.
They're both stoner shows anyway.
if they were saying yoinks, it was Scooby Doo.
Yoinks!
Wait, maybe it was like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, there it is.
It was also about.
Shout out to Courage. That show was funny. And then I'm like, damn, they're just berating and beating up that poor cartoon dog.
Yeah,
Poor
it was
guy. He's like his fucking
serious
white.
domestic violence.
Yeah, his white farmer owner.
They would beat him up.
Yeah, the white farmer owner. But you
Well,
know
no,
what?
Maybe not like beat him up, but like just
Scare him.
mess with his mental health.
Call him stupid dog. But like, poor Courage.
Gaslight
Oh
him.
my God.
Yeah, poor Courage is like shaking because like he's always getting like attacked or like all these like bad like scary people horror stuff would come to see him at his like country house. It was scary to watch. That was actually a scary show. Actually,
It was a scary show.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
So
glad
anyway,
I never
I'm
saw
sorry.
it.
That's not what you were talking about. You
No,
were talking about.
it's
some dude
okay.
that died.
The Unsolved Mysteries theme
That
song
was
is
it.
still playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the theme song is still playing, and that's really why the only reason we mentioned it.
I am happy to know that. I mean, not happy, but it's interesting to know that Courage was abused.
Right.
I didn't know that
You
was
know-
an angle.
Oh,
I'm glad that
little
it's
baby.
yeah. I'm glad it's no longer an unsolved mystery.
Hopefully, he's doing okay now. Hopefully, he's got some new owners.
Hey, shout out
Actually,
to
he's long dead. He's a dog.
He's not in pain anymore.
shout out to Robert Stack. Oh, a great man.
Almost as great as Courage the Cowardly Dog.
But not quite.
Okay, the last dead on this year, still dead. I don't know. I feel like we need okay, can you get a pillow for Nacho real quick? We need to
Oh,
put it
shit.
behind him. Oh, he's about to faint. Dead on this year, still dead. September 12th, 2003. The Man in Black, Johnny Cash.
Oh, really? 2003. Holy shit, man! Hey, that was. I remember that being a pretty resonant thing in El Paso, Texas.
You know what's it's crazy about him is like he's so fucking like super fluent in the genres that he affected. I think he's like in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He's in the Country Music Hall of Fame. He's in the Gospel Hall of Fame. Like this was just like the man of everything, right?
Yeah. And he had been sort of at this period, at least in my brain, he was experiencing a late period resurgence.
It's true. He had just done like a covers album or something.
Several. He did like a series of 6 with Rick Rubin or
Super producer Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
He did Jay-Z. He did Audio Slave. Everything.
Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys for sure. The guy, he put them on the map.
Yeah, but like, one of the things I thought was interesting about this kind of series of albums, it was like Cash America or something like that. Oh, I'm thinking of Cash American Pawn.
You're thinking of Pawn Stars.
But this series of albums, it was like he was...
I'm Rick Harrison.
Yeah, oh, man, that makes me so angry when they
I hate
roll
him
a ball.
so bad. Yeah, he's like, yeah, this is worth $1 million, but I'm gonna sit on it for a minute, and I gotta make a profit. I'll give you $100.
Yeah. Okay, 125. Final
He would
offer.
say that to Johnny Cash's estate. He would give him like $50.
And they probably had some Johnny Cash memorabilia, man. But yeah, well, when this guy died, it was kind of a sad thing, and I had been finding out more about him at this period because of the modern stuff, like when he was coming into Trent Reznor, stuff like that. That was kind of a big deal around this time.
He did a cover of Rusty Cage by Soundgarden, and it was really, really good.
But I'm gonna break my rusty cage and run. I'm gonna break my rusty cage and run.
And I'll admit this to you guys, and I think Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix came out probably soon after his death, right? But like I said, like I've told you guys this a million times, I was very, very not naive, but I was very new to the introduction of what music is supposed to be, or knowing like all these nuances of music. I didn't know about Johnny Cash until he was dead. Mm-hmm. So like learning all that history was really cool to me. But damn, like that's really cool that you got to experience that, knowing like him being around.
Just for some reason, because I feel like when after you're like the end of being out of high school, this is kind of when you start like, I want to collect some things for myself. I want to start
Pogs
forming. Oh yeah,
the Alf Pogs.
I wish I would have kept my Pogs.
He's back
in Pog form.
Yeah.
But like when you're around this, I was 19 years old, so you want to start becoming an adult. You want to start establishing your own identity. So it's like you start claiming cultural things for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So this is around the period of my life where I remember like there were certain things that I was kind of glomming onto, but like for some reason, like a lot of these people started dying around the same time.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Cash to a degree.
Strom Thurmond.
Who was another? Oh, we were. Elliott Smith died this year.
Elliott Smith.
And I found out about him around the same time. You know what I mean? The same year that I think the year before they put out his posthumous album.
Yeah, I was happy that you showed me some of that because I had literally never heard of that, and it was really cool to see
Elliott
that
Smith.
type of thing.
Really cool stuff.
Was that who we were listening to earlier?
Yeah, that was
okay.
the pump up.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
The pump up.
Yeah, I got it confused with Joe Budden, but it was actually Elliott Smith.
Yeah.
Pump it up.
Yeah, we were all fucking bumping up against the walls, jamming Elliott Smith.
Yeah.
Another really good musician that I got into at this time, who actually died in 2003 as well, is Warren Zevon. You guys ever heard about Warren Zevon?
I haven't.
Mm.
So he's a singer-songwriter, kind of like in the mold of Bob Dylan, or Jesus Christ, who else? Fucking Paul Simon, I guess. Singer-songwriter.
Chingy.
Cool rock tunes. But he did. If you guys ever heard the Werewolves of London, he did that song. He did so much cool stuff, but he knew, kind of like Johnny Cash, he knew he was going to die, but when he was doing his like last recordings, so he was singing all this fucking super meaningful stuff, kind of like Johnny Cash wanted to like sing the songs that meant something to him before he went out,
Well, like David Bowie, how he just
yeah, David Bowie, the same thing.
Black Star.
Yeah.
I still haven't listened to it because I don't want to get bummed out.
Aww. Let's just get bummed out together and just watch it.
All right. I think it's about time to bust out the Tecates.
Bust it out. Bust all over me. I tell you that all the time.
Yeah. Is this podcast for premium members?
Well, this is DNSXXX.
Sex, or XXX?
It's DNSX.
That's saucy
it's
language.
DX, actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's good shit, dude.
Stand for?
I don't know.
Oh, also, I was getting into Mitch Hedberg at this time. Just want to go out saying 2003, I found out this is when I started falling in love with comedy on my own terms. When I was a kid, they had comedy specials like Robin Williams, George Carlin. So comedy was a thing that
Classic
I grew
shit.
up with. But like Mitch Hedberg came out, it's the first time where I'm buying my own comedy albums.
Yeah, and outside of comedy albums, it was also around the same time that I actually finally got cable, so I got to appreciate like stand-up specials that would air on Comedy Central and such. Yeah. So you're like, oh, okay, let me go check this out. And also now I have fast enough internet to like look these people up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I no longer have like 28K shit. Like, oops, all right, I'm gonna knock my parents off the DSL or whatever, but I'm gonna enjoy this comedy.
Yeah.
It's basically me just watching Conan O'Brien clips. Fucking streaming on,
Triumph.
streaming on a real player.
Or Saturday TV Funhouse. I was doing a lot of those.
TV Funhouse. This is good shit. All right. Does anyone else have any other quips from 03 that we have not brought up? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Oh, you know what?
Yes.
Came out this year was the Harry Potter book.
Order of the Phoenix?
That was it.
Hell yeah. I
mentioned
wanted to
that.
take Cho Chang to the Yule Ball.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
This is awesome
This
thing.
is the wrong book.
That's
That
Goblet
was
of
like
that's Goblet of Fire,
One
yeah.
book ago? I
Yeah,
don't
that was
even
Goblet of
remember it
Fire. I'm
now.
talking
So it
shit.
was one book ago.
This is the one where Sirius Black is on the run, right?
Yeah, so he's been
Right.
He's no longer the prisoner of Azkaban.
Right.
He's
like
he's
now
on the run.
He's appearing in like a fucking like fireplace now or
he
some
appears in a
shit.
fireplace as
Right.
a dog.
Right. And
Or as a wolf, I don't know.
Mundungus like betrayed everybody, right? Was that
I don't remember that. I think that you're a bigger
Uh-oh.
Potterhead than I am.
Well, I'm a Potter. Potterhead with a
Potterhead.
POD.
Yes.
Okay.
Payable on death.
Oh,
Hey, guys,
I
do you
feel
guys
so
remember,
alive.
Queer Eye for the straight guy.
that was a big cultural thing at that.
Hey.
2003.
Wait, that's whenever like the first round of
first
Queer
one.
Eye came out?
Yeah, that's saved my life. That's I didn't know how to dress,
Oh.
you know, and they told me, "Oh, hey, stop wearing stupid shit." And you know, like look at me
And
now.
then you what did you end up
As I'm wearing like a torn up
now.
sleeveless fucking shirt.
You know, I just feel kind of bad because if I'd have known that's what the show was about, because I was wearing stupid shit
Right.
well up until I met Jessica.
Right. And well into it.
Clown
Sounds
clothes,
right.
Yeah.
plastic clothes.
Literally just like a clown
Literally
hanky.
a banana suit.
Yeah.
You met
It's
me
true.
in a banana suit.
Paloma met Nacho in a literal banana
He
suit.
used to wear like a big like magenta sports coat and then like a big polka dot.
Hey, that sounds
Oh,
cute.
yeah, that sounds great.
That sounds cute.
Nah.
Wait, are you more into the banana suit than you were into this like hot pink
Way
outfit?
more into the banana suit than I was.
What?
Wait, did the banana suit also have a mutant Rasta banana hanging off of it?
Well-
that sings to Chambea by Bad Bunny?
Oh yeah, I was doing my little
It's true.
banana puppetry.
Yeah, Bad Bunny was fucking 3 years old in
I'm going to show
2003.
you guys my cool maroon blazer that I've been wearing.
It probably looks good now. But
Nah, it's been good ever since I bought
Wait,
it.
you still have this?
Yes,
Please bring it out.
I will. Okay.
Post it out. All right,
Post
so
podcast.
Paloma said Harry Potter, Order of the Phoenix. Great book. It had the
Is that who
beautiful,
Siri
like,
was
blue,
based on?
yeah, Siri
hardcover,
Black.
whatever.
Yeah,
Did.
I do remember reading that
You know,
back to back.
Siri
like,
did
in
try
my
to give me
little
a
bedroom.
firebolt.
It was beautiful
Amazing.
when I first bought
I
it.
didn't know the book was.
I was very sad because
Only the,
you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Give me a spell name, man.
All right, Wingardium Leviosa,
Nacho starts floating. up in
Avada
the air.
Kedavra.
Oh shit!
I just killed
What are you
him.
doing pulling that
I just
out?
killed him. You know, now I'm going to. I think I'm going to Wizard Jail. I'm going to Azkaban,
And I'm going to HR.
and I can't play. Oh, no, hold on. Can't we just settle this over playing Wizard's chess?
It's on tape, man.
Oh,
This
God.
is on tape.
So-
But yeah, we're gonna do some chess, man.
I feel like Azkaban might be like less intense than like
It's true.
Wizard's Chess.
Hey, let's
It's
do some.
true.
Okay.
So we've talked about Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Shout out to 03. And then Jessica brought up Queer for the Straight Guy. The people that taught me and Nacho how to dress, because we obviously didn't know what the fuck we were doing before this.
I didn't learn.
I was
until-
wearing just chains. I was literally wearing just black clothes and chains and mesh shirts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wearing like XXL
It's
Hawaian
true.
shirts.
You
I
know,
didn't know
you're
what the
looking like
fuck-
Kevin Smith over here, dude.
I was. No
I
joke,
think I was
man.
like making my own, or not making them, but like printing, drawing.
Your own
I don't
money?
even know, painting on on my own T-shirts.
Oh,
Oh,
I
cool.
did too. I did
It's
too,
all
actually.
about like the DIY.
Yeah.
You know,
But I did it with.
Right?
I didn't. I used stencils and I bought paint.
lame.
And you want to know what the first shirt I made? And this is totally like a good bookend to 2003. It said "Don't get crunk," and it was like a black shirt.
Don't get crunk.
Yeah, it said "Don't get
Don't.
crunk."
you could have made anything, and you decided to.
I said
not
"Don't
get
get crunk" because you know what? I was the one that would say, "Hey, everyone, can we tone it down, please? It's too
And your
it's too
kiss
crunk.
make-
It's
crunk.
too crunk in 2003." As I unleash my giant tongue, fucking 3 feet.
Like Gene Simmons.
Yeah, Nacho. Anything else for 03?
Hey, listen, not unless you want to pay me for overtime.
It's true. You know, as in charge of DNS Financial, I feel like I need to make an executive decision and say no because it's going to cost me time and a half, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I listen. My name is on the check, so it is kind of nice to have that a little bit extra.
We're getting paid for this?
Uh-oh. All right, we got to end the episode.
Let me fill out my W.
Oh shit! God damn it!
I'm going through a tunnel. Let's get a little. You break it up.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, I'm worried about the beer supply. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you know.
We've only made it through the ciders.
It's true. Oh,
valid concern.
You know. I believe our other guest is really worried about it right now.
Potentially true. And you know what? I yield the floor.
I'm worried about the beer supply. After this case and the other case, there's only one case left.
I don't think there's any cases left at this point.
Okay, we'll find out.
All right, this has been the year 2003 as we remember it, or as we thought we remember it, or as we fucking thought we researched it. I want to thank my guests. First of all, the homie, Nacho Nova. You can find him at Nacho Nova on Twitter and Instagram.
I do what I can.
The other homie, thank you so much for hosting. Jessica at your butt on Instagram and Twitter. And our special guest tonight, thank you so much for inviting Denim and Sweats, the crew, out to Taste of Mexico. We really appreciate it. Paloma Mayorga, you can find her at paloma.mayorga on Instagram. Thank you. And you can find me on Twitter at twitIrv. And you can find the show at Denim and Sweats. We appreciate it. This has been the year 2003, and we will see you next time. Thank you.
Okay, let me go ahead and...
just playing 50 Cent right now.
I learned how to count to 500 today, guys. Do you want to hear?
Yes.
All right,
If it's
one.
only if it's
Yeah.
One. Wait, I think one. It starts off with one.
Well, what's the next number? I don't know.
All right, hold on. Let me get centered. One.
Yeah. Dude, I can see like a parasite coming out of like your ear.
Oh, hey man, you're
It's
distracting me.
fucking
All
it up.
right, okay. So I gotta get it situated. One.
Two?
One.
No, it's one.
Okay, let me. Okay.
What's the next number after one?
1, 2, 3, 500. Okay,
Yeah.
500. We don't gotta do this.